Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing, a masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Stu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Stu boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Stu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
The truth will tell on your ass what you doing or what you're not doing every single time. You can lie, you can bullshit and all that, but when that bell ring, if you ain't put that work in, it's gonna show, bro. It's gonna show. Not to mention y'all in a sport that can cost you your life. Literally, you can die in this shit. So if that's the case, man, if you gonna do this, don't bullshit with it. If you don't really want it, say to yourself, keep it real with yourself. I really don't want this shit. I can't put the work in that it requires. Walk away. Ain't nobody mad at you. Go out there, you're young enough, you go get educated, get a skill, do something, man. But don't play with this, man. People you can get killed in this shit, man.
What's good, y'all? Y'all feeling on this good Sunday, man? Super Bowl Sunday, for those that's watching and been following the NFL, man, I hope y'all enjoy the game later. But y'all know we here to talk some boxing for a little bit, man. And we had a hell of a main event this Saturday, man. I'm telling you, boxing has been delivering this early 2026, man. We got to see I guess what some would call a upset, man, depending on who you're talking to. And, man, Nick Ball, as scrappy as they come, man, he lives up to his nickname, the Wrecking Ball, man. That dude built like a little tank. He just get in there and go. He be on go. And he can box his ass off, man. I can't lie, man. Nick Ball is a really skilled fighter, man. But just like any other fighter, his issue is what a lot of these guys' issues are. they do so well offensively that, you know, there's a lapse there on a defensive end, and guys get hit a lot. So although, yeah, he got the offense, he know how to put them punches together. He got a mean ass uppercut, as we seen in the fight. He got heavy jab. Dude, he's one of the rare fighters that make being short an advantage for him, and somewhat of a challenge for the taller, bigger man. That's how you know he can fight. But with all that being said, he still found himself on the wrong side of a loss just yesterday, man. This was a great fight, a lot of ebbs and flows. We got to see almost a 12-round fight, right? It made it to the 12th round, but that's where the action happened. That's where I think the tide changed for the worse for Nick Ball. You know, all fight, he was getting in the mix. He was fighting. He was pushing Brandon Figueroa back. He was making it hard for him to get his offense off in certain spots, and he was drilling them with clean, sharp, crisp punches. You get what I'm saying? He was beating him to the punch, and it was getting to the point where Brandon Figueroa was looking like, you don't make an adjustment, Nick Ball gonna walk up out of here with his title out here in Liverpool, man. But big shout out to Manny Robles, because in a time where we've been very critical of coaches, instructions, and things like that, this dude, he been on a low key, he been on a tear. He been coaching his fighters to upsets for years now, and it was no different this Saturday. He let it be known, Brandon Figueroa, like, hey, man, you want to be champion again? Hey, man, you got to do X, Y, and Z. Get what I'm saying? You got to be first, and you got to be last. Like, he was, when I say spot on perfect instruction, you couldn't have gave a fighter better instruction than what Manny Robles was giving Brandon Figueroa. Now, the Nick Ball, respect to them, because, even when asked how they seen the fight going, they thought it was pretty close too. They thought it was very close, and it was competitive. It was going back and forth. Nick Ball would get around, Brandon Figueroa would come back in around. You get what I'm saying? It was really like a back and forth kind of fight. It's one of the better fights that you could see, man. These dudes wanted it, man. Brandon Figueroa, like I said, certain points in that fight, you started to think like, man, do he got enough to push Nick Ball into them deep waters where Brandon Figueroa is known to take over? And that's exactly what happened. You get what I'm saying? I believe Figueroa's pace is what won him this fight ultimately. Like, of course, his heart, resilience, and all that stuff, but the pace that he started at, like, very early, they got the fighting very early. Like, that a fight broke out very fast with these dudes, and it kind of maintained a very good pace. Wasn't no boring rounds in this fight. Like, these dudes really, really was trying to hurt each other, and Nick Ball was bringing it. But what I noticed is that, Brandon Figueroa had a little bit of damage on the nose, but Nick Ball nose was bleeding. He had some damage by the eye, it looked like. And this was like the third round or something like that. And dude was breathing hard. I noticed he was breathing harder than I normally see him breathe that early in the fight. I've watched Nick Ball a number of times now, and I've never seen him look like he was somewhat fatigued in the third round. That's what I think really caused the problems. And look, he's very resilient, and he don't know no other way but to go get it. But that ultimately backfired because he got too greedy. He looked like he was getting winded. He was gassed, but he kept trying to exchange with Figueroa, who's known to be able to push the pace late in fights, man. That's just one of his superpowers, I like to call it, right? That's something that he can do if you're not prepared for him. You get what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened with Nick Ball. He started off very strong, very early, like he was winning the rounds, and then it took Brandon Figueroa a few rounds to start mounting his offense. And once he did, man, it started to be back and forth action. And then it got to a point where Brandon Figueroa kind of started changing the tide because of the body shots. And I'm telling you, man, can't stress this enough, man, for fighters that like knockouts, go to the body, man. Go to the body, bro. No fighter likes getting hit to the body. I think anybody could be hurt to the body, man, with the right consistent body work or the right shot. And I think that's what that evidence was on display yesterday, man. Yesterday night, Nick Ball, he got a little too greedy. I think he was trying to fight while fatigued. And I think not everybody can fight while they're fatigued the same way, right? And still be sharp and responsible defensively. And man, that overhand left, that Figueroa shot, and that pretty much sent him face first. And you know, I got the clip, I'm gonna play it. But man, that was brutal, man. Brandon Figueroa really wanted this fight, man. And I think if it wasn't for his coach giving him the kind of instruction that he was giving him, there's no telling what would have happened in this fight, yo. There's no telling, because it seemed like it was about to slip away from him. It seemed like it was just about to get away from him. And, you know, his corner lit the fire up under his ass, man. And he went to work, man. And it was you know, I guess a big upset. The title changed hands. He silenced the crowd. And this is how you know Brandon Figueroa was starting to change the duration of the fight, because the crowd was quiet as hell. Like, Nick Ball is at home. The Liverpool about quiet as hell out there. They was quiet because they ain't know who was winning. And I thought it was Brandon Figueroa even before the knockout. I thought he was slightly up, but you could never be too sure when you fighting somebody at home. It's a lot that was going on in that fight, man. We're going to keep getting into it. Let me say what's up to the fam. C Wood, my guy, you already know, my dog. JP in the building was good, man. Off to a great start, man. Shout out to my dog C Wood. Educated jab, rolling with the punches. What's good with it, fam? Fellas, what's good? Brandon's first real world title. Nah. He was a champion with him and Cool Boy fought. Technique was good with it. Them raps didn't rap. You get me? You get me? We're going to get into that too. Figueroa was there for the win and dug deep in short facts. We game all night. What's good, homie? Y'all hit the like button, sub to the channel, support the build. We're gonna talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it on this beautiful Sunday, man. We had some great boxing, but like I said, man, there was some issues going on with beforehand with the hand wraps with Nick Ball. And I'm telling you, man, cheaters never prevail. It's something to be said about guys that be trying to pull a little slick shit and then they kind of get caught, and then you forced to go out there and fight and really show what you're worth. Now, Nick Ball's a scrappy guy. I don't think he needs no unfair advantage to win no fight, but it still was nasty work for them to already have his hands wrapped with no supervision from the other team. I just thought that you don't want it to start off on a bad foot, so don't do things like just follow protocol. It's a big ass fight. It's a title fight. You at home. You don't want to give people any reason to think that you're not moving accordingly, right? So, Time, what's good with it, homie? How you feeling? So, yeah, man, it's a video that I'm gonna get to where his trainer was talking about the Nick Ball already having his hands wrapped before he even got in the room. I'm saying, but I think I got a little clip, man, because you know a good fight. I'm already thinking about. They already talking about it. Is Shushu and Nick Ball. I think that'd be a real good. Not Nick Ball. Shushu and Brandon Figueroa. I think that'd be a real good unification fight, man.
Boxing, Brandon Figueroa is going to put his foot to the pedal. Oh, he does! Nick Ball! Oh, drama in the final round! Can he get up from this? He bravely gets to his feet. Steve Gray will give him every chance. He is the world champion, but there's so much time left in the round, and Brandon Figueroa is going to take Nick Ball out here. He's through the ropes. Figueroa has won the world featherweight title all over again.
That was brutal. Nick Ball, like, credit to him, bro. That dude different, man. He really is, bro. Nick Ball different. Sunchild was good with it, because when you see guys, blessings, Brody, when you see guys fall face first, it usually be over, yo. Most times it be over. Every now and then guys will get up and it stagger and it just be over. This dude had a chance to continue, bro. His team was about to let it happen to him, bro, because that could have went really, really bad. He went from face first to like halfway hanging out the ring, bro. Hell y'all doing, man? Y'all stop that fight, man. You done seen this match, the 12th round. They going to war. He get caught with a wicked ass overhand left that he did not see. and his ass went face first, bro. I think they should have tossed the towel in. I ain't even gonna hold you, because again, better one punch too early than one punch too late. You know what I'm saying? And that could have been one of them situations, because he was hurt and he just don't have no quit in him. And we respect it, but that's why you got the, that's why you got your team, man. Save you from yourself. That right there could have been real bad, but he would hang it halfway out the damn ring, man. I'm like, shit, man, you just went from face first to damn near out the ring. Brandon Figueroa, I don't know what his diet is, but they need to get Buddy ass a steak, man. He needs some protein or something, man. Brandon Figueroa looking like me out there, slender ass body, man. His ass built. Brandon Figueroa, I think it was Cal Coolidge that said it. Brandon Figueroa built like one of them things off Men in Black, bro. One of the little, what is they? The little alien thing, little worm aliens, whatever they are. Y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. He looked like he built like one of them, man. I don't know what his deal is, man. Mac Majestic, what's good, man? Yeah. He won Figgy. Yeah. Hopefully it will be Shoo. Yeah, Nick fell out the ring. Teach was good. Yeah, that was a good stoppage. Teach. They could have threw the towel in, bro. They could have threw that damn towel in, man. Ain't nobody asked him to be, like he got face first. I was like, oh God, like, bro, the baby boy was asleep. I know I was loud as hell because I did not expect it. I was watching this whole fight and I'm like, damn, this is a good ass fight. And then they've been exchanging like this all night, right? And I was thinking much earlier, I'm like, bro, these exchanges could get really, really dangerous, bro. Like somebody gonna get caught. And it's crazy because I'm thinking like this throughout the fight, but now we in the 12th round. So the thought ain't in my head no more. I ain't thinking about it no more. I'm like, all right, they just going at it. This is what kind of fight this gonna be. This gonna go to the wire. Man, Brandon Figueroa chucked that overhand left, bro. He caught Nick Ball. He caught Nick Ball in the exchange, bro. I was like, oh, shit. I just jumped up like, oh, shit. I'm like, man, don't no sport get the reaction out of me like boxing when you see somebody get dropped unexpectedly when you wasn't thinking about it. It's like they rocked me to sleep because the whole time for a while I'm sitting here like, there's somebody going to get caught and drop. Nope. They going to war. I'm like, all right, man, they in the 12th round. I'm like, all right, they basically, this is what kind of fight this is going to be, man. Brandon Figueroa said, hold up, man. Don't blink. I'm so glad. And it's crazy, I was about to not pay attention to the fight just because I thought they was about to do it for Nick Ball, because if you peep throughout the fight, the referee, whenever Nick Ball had Brandon Figueroa pressed up against the ropes trying to work with the free hand, the ref would allow him to do it. When Brandon Figueroa changed course and turn him, and then he'd try to work with the free hand, the referee jumped in every single time, bro. I was like, man, you got to let these dudes work, bro. You got to let them work. You can't let one guy work, and then when he changed the tide, you don't let him. Like, let these dudes work, man. Let him work. But nonetheless, man, Brandon Figueroa got the best instruction from his corner, Manny Robles, that he could have got from any coach, bro. He told him the right instruction at the right time. He was honest with him. He didn't let him get comfortable. He didn't let him get complacent. He lit that fire up under his ass, bro. And I heard him. He was like, yo, you want to be a champion, right? He's like, come on, man. You waiting too long. You got to be first. Be first. You got to be first, and you got to be last. You hear me? Brandon, like, he was on his ass, man. Brandon sitting there with that little ass baby face, looking like a teenage heartthrob and shit. Like, bro, I hope you paying attention, bro. But he showed improve. He went out there, man, and he started putting on body shots. I'm telling you, fighters, pay attention to this. Take notes from B Fig Saturday night. He does not get that knockout if he wasn't going to the body consistently, bro. I know y'all remember when they put the punch stats up there, and you seen it. Like, Nick Ball probably had an edge in the headshots, but not by much. It wasn't a large margin. And then if you look at the body shots, it was all Brandon Figueroa, right, with the edge. I'm like, yo, that shit is going to pay dividends if this fight keep going. Yeah, them UK. Hey, bro, let's talk about it. Shout out to Thrill Hill, man. Well, who else popped in the building, man? What's good, man? It's wide open from the set. Hey, Mac, you caught it. I said the third round. I hear, he was breathing hard from the third round. Jordan, my dog, was good with it, man. Them UK announcers and the refs, they was bogus. Irvin, what's good with it, homie? How you feeling? Y'all hit that like, let's roll, man. Hey, man, the announcers was pissing me off because for a little while, and then I forgot, it was one of them that started calling it, though. Damn, I forget which one of them started calling it fair. Somebody started really talking about what was happening. They like, man, I don't know, man. B-Fig looked like he changing, the tide a little bit. There's something to that effect. They started calling it out. They like, man, I really like the work that he's doing. And damn it, the work, he put them deposits in the bank early, bro. He had Nick Ball breathing hard in the third round, bro. And this dude, B-Fig, man, what is his diet, bro? Because bro look like he don't eat nothing. He got the Fundora, he got the Fundora shit going on. Like, bro, man, y'all got pardon me. Bro look like he don't eat shit, bro. He had a little ass chest and long ass torso, but he be bringing it. He really be bringing it. Yo, he was chucking leather. He was hitting him left, right. He was mixing it up. He was going to the head. He was doubling and tripling the jab. Like, he was working, but it looked like Nick Ball's shots was a lot more sturdy, right? Nick Ball was committing to his shots more, but that was a double-edged sword. So he was landing shots, right? Because he clearly was catching B-Fig with some shit. But at the same time, Brandon Figueroa was able to consistently get to his body. And while he was able to consistently get to that body, you fully committing to all your shots. You putting everything into your shots. And that's something that Nick Ball do a little bit too at times. He load up and throw shots from, I guess, the wrong range, but he happened to land some of them shits. But he was putting a lot into those shots is what I'm saying. So by the time the second half of the fight started to take shape, you started to see that Brandon Figueroa had just a bit more in the gas tank than Nick Ball. Nick Ball, he slowed down a bit, his activity, but he kept fighting. You get what I'm saying? And it's very dangerous to fight while you fatigued. And mind you, this dude been tired, in my opinion, since the third round. Like, I've never seen that. Brandon Figueroa got this ability to press you and make you fight. And let's be honest, he a Figueroa, bro. He got a chin. The man can take a punch. Like, they kept saying, this is a dude that ain't never been knocked out for a reason. I don't know what his diet is, but bro don't eat shit. Like spinach wraps and lettuce. I'm telling you, bro ain't eating nothing. Broccoli wraps. I'm telling you, bro eat all good food. I'm telling you, he don't eat bad at all. His little thin ass frame. But he could work, bro. He could work, man. His body looks are deceiving, bro. That body frame, bro. He a tall, slender guy. Nick Ball was using the height disadvantage as an advantage, and it was working. He was catching Brandon Figueroa with some nasty shots, bro. But credit to Figueroa and credit to Manny Robles for lighting that fire up under his ass, bro. He did not let him think that it was all good. Mike Magic, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Yeah, all they did was celebrate. And I thought that was honest, Teach. I thought the celebration, it was unintentional, in terms of trying to be disrespectful. They was really happy. You know what I'm saying? That was a war. And you never know how they went to the scorecards completely, what would have happened in Liverpool. You never know. So I think Brandon Figueroa, Manny Robles, and team, they knew it. They yes, they just got the equivalence of a buzzer beater. You get what I'm saying? In the championship, in the NBA championship or something, man. You get what I'm saying? A walk-off home run. That's what that was. That celebration was genuine, and I don't think they meant to be disrespectful at all. You know what I'm saying? They started launching water bottles into the ring. I seen one of the security get smacked with a water bottle. I'm like, damn, bro. Y'all heard y'all bogus in Liverpool too, man. Out here throwing stuff like that, man. Said he wrecked Nick Ball last, man. Watch the Spanish feed. They had Ball winning all the rounds up to the 10. Yeah, that's wild, Thrill Hill. That's diabolical, bro. That's ridiculous. And see, this is why it was important for him to finish the fight the way he did. Yeah, he big as hell for the division, Felix. Big body, but he's slender. He just tall, and he throw a lot of punches. He got a hell of a chin. He could take a shot. He can give one back. Brandon Figueroa is not a big puncher, but over time, it's like, yo, you keep getting hit with them double jabs, triple jabs, hooks to the body, bro, you going to slow up too, especially if you Nick Ball and you fighting him off. Nick Ball was having to like lean his weight into him and walk him in, center ring. Like he was doing a lot of physical shit that will tire you out in a fight. And as well as getting hit to the body consistently throughout the rounds, the pace being constantly pushed, Brandon Figueroa was not allowing him to really rest where he could try to get a second win. And by the time that fight took shape in the second half, it was what it was. Nick Ball was in the fight, bro. And he only know one way, man. I will watch Nick Ball any day of the week, y'all. I will really watch Nick Ball any day of the week. I promise you I will. That's a scrappy, fighting dude, bro. He tough. He gritty. He can take a shot. He gonna give one back. He gonna fight to the bitter end, bro. That man got knocked down face first and still got up trying to fight. Something to be said about that, bro. He never looked for a way out. As grueling as that fight was, he could have easily, I couldn't get my balance. I couldn't beat the count. He could have easily pulled that. We seen that shit. We seen phantom punches land, right? Not even land and guys fall down and stay down. We seen this stuff. Instant replay. We seen this in real time. That man got hit with an overhand left from hell. And the reason why it was from hell is because he didn't see it coming. That shit knocked his senses loose. Bro went face first. And I'm like, it's over. I jumped up out of my bed. I'm like, oh, shit, it's over. I'm yelling. I'm looking. I'm waking people up. But I'm like, bro, shout out to Nick Ball. And this is exactly why, y'all, this is a teachable moment to show y'all that I support people win, lose, or draw. I can't wait till Nick Ball take a little time off because he obviously needs some time off. He's been fighting. He's been pretty busy and active. I would love to see how he looked when he bounced back. That's a tough loss. But if it's anybody that could bounce back, it's somebody that's built like that. And it goes about it that the way Nick Ball goes about it. He's a scrappy ass dude, man. Scrappy as they come. I would love to see him back in the mix. But that was a phenomenal knockout buzzer beater from Brandon Figueroa, man. He couldn't have asked for a better shot. Big shout out and much love to my dog, Creole the Traveler, for the 5-piece supporting the grind as always, man. My guy. Much love. Shout out to Creole, man. Yeah, Nick tough as hell, man. Tough, bro. Tough, man. Tay, peace to the real queen of MMA. How you feeling, queen? Good to see you in the building. Samuel, what it do, my guy? Man, ass style, intentionally ugly way of fighting. Man, that right there. The Figueroas, though, they have a crazy, you said, yeah, style. Yeah, it's like, it's not super pretty, right? Felix is not pretty, but it's effective. And that's why it's respected, right? You see the way they go about their business. You like, right? Because Figueroa, the way he's built, he had a 7-inch reach advantage, but he kept getting in the fire. He was giving up his reach advantage, and usually that goes bad for guys. When you're built a certain way and you don't know how to use your God-given gifts, that shit ends up going bad for you. Like, it could backfire. Figueroa, 7-inch reach advantage, bro. He kept getting in the pocket and fighting in the inside. And I'm like, bro, if you don't double and triple and quadruple jab his ass from outside, I will be catching Nick Ball every single time he jump in, especially when he coming in with that wild ass uppercut from grandma's basement. But credit to Nick Ball, he was landing that wild ass uppercut. And unfortunately for Figueroa, he don't have the fastest hands. So, speed is not one of his attributes to me. But consistency, efficiency, and effort is. Drive, like, he gonna push the pace like no other. And he's not reckless about it, but he gets hit in the process. And I think that that gives you a false sense of confidence, man. You start hitting this dude, and before you know it, like, think about it. Before you know it, you fighting his fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, Nick Ball started strong out the gate. Boom. I'm like, damn, Brandon Figueroa need to make the first adjustment. And he did. But really, he just kept pushing the pace, right? And Nick Ball just, little by little, I think he siphoned the gas tank out of, the air out of his lungs, man, with those body shots. He started driving him back. The tussling that was going on, Nick Ball having to lean and push this long, big body dude back. And I think he was running on fumes in that 12th round. But credit to Nick Ball, because I believe that if he wanted to, he could have tried to box and evade Figueroa just a bit, right? And make it through the round. He was all action, bro. He was all gas, no breaks. It just wasn't no boring moments in the fight. That was a true scrap right there. That was a true scrap. And Nick Ball, he fought his ass off, but man, he got flatlined in the end, bro. And it was a beautiful performance, man. We're gonna get to some of this, because remember, I told y'all they had this hand wrap drama stuff going on too with the hand wraps. You get what I'm saying? They had the hand wraps going on. He gonna make you fight, and that's the thing. If you can't keep up with that pace, he gonna drown you, and that's what I think ultimately happened to Nick Ball. I think he got drowned with that pace, the activity mixed with his own activity, like, and they kept making it a point early in the fight to tell you like how committed he was to his shots. Like he was fully committing to his shots, and that shit, man. I'm telling you, that should burn a lot of energy, bro. He's burning a lot of gas, man, with this. He was burning a lot of gas. Man. But, man, maybe he'll have to switch things up maybe moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it is you could be an offensive powerhouse, but you want to be defensively sound, bro. If you can't stop guys from getting in your wheelhouse and beating you up, you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to stop guys from beating your ass. And not saying Nick Ball can't, but he's more of an offensive-minded individual. I think paying attention on the defensive end a bit more would work for him down the stretch. I really do. It's just something that he got to see, though. You know what I'm saying? I could say anything. He got to see that. He definitely needs to consider that. You know what I'm saying? Being more defensively sound and not so available to hit. You get me? You can't be readily available. You can't be offering your chin up on a platter like that, bro. You just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it. You don't have the reach. You got to scrap. I'm telling you. And that's why, and it's crazy because I was saying that he one of the few guys that's able to turn a height disadvantage and a reach disadvantage into somewhat of an advantage for himself. It's crazy, man. That's how you know he can fight. That's how you really know he can fight. Butcher was good, homie. That's how you know he really got fights in him, man. You know he got scrap in him, because anybody that can turn a height and reach disadvantage into somewhat of an advantage, man, you a bad man. You're a bad man. But let's get into this, man, what his corner was talking about as well as we continue to talk about this fight. Because I think this is something that
who I'm sure is a very happy Manny Robles. Manny, your charge, Brandon Figueroa has just...
Big shout out to him, man. His coaching instructions directly led to them getting one of the biggest wins, if not the biggest win of Brandon Figueroa's career. And like I told y'all, he got a history of this, man, of getting upsets. You know what I'm saying? With his fighters. He did it with AJ, and when he was coaching who was it? Andy Ruiz against AJ. He was coaching Resendez, I think, against Caleb Plant. It's a couple more. It's a post. I'm going to pull it up, but let's talk about this. He said, notice his fans didn't throw him away. And that's a great point, Butcher. Hey, man, take notes, boxing fans. Take notes. We could learn something from Liverpool, bro. They don't throw their fighters away. That man got a devastating loss, an upset, and in his hometown. They could have easily booed him out the arena. They didn't do it. They was cheering for their man on the walkout and all that. Take notes, fans. Take notes. That's how you treat it. That's how you treat two fighters after they done gave you blood, sweat, and tears, bro. Cheer them on and wish them well, speedy recovery, and you can't wait to see him back. That's how we supposed to carry it, man. Down to Tall Lincoln Chancellor, 126 for Shoo. Yeah, Figueroa and Espinoza, right? Figueroa and Espinoza be an interesting scrap, too, because them dudes throw a bunch of punches, man. But let's get into this. Manny Robles coaching performance of the night, man. He coached his man into that dub, for real.
Stopped Nick Ball in the very last round to become the new featherweight champion of the world.
Hey, facts, teach. They thought it was sweet.
What a fight, huh? And at the end of the night, you know, the fans were the winners. The UK fans, I've always said, the best fans in boxing fans in the world. I love the way the British fans have their fighters' backs. You know, they're always show up in the masses and support their fans their fighters to the very end. And I just want to congratulate the fans and then obviously, apologize if anybody felt disrespected tonight. It's not my style. It's not our style, and we're just excited about the victory. That's all.
Well, I've never scored a last round knockout.
True, they was just excited. That was genuine, excitement, man, and being gassed up. You get what I'm saying? Reef was good. My dog was good with him. We only been on for about a little over half hour, about 40 minutes.
But I can't imagine it's easy to keep the emotion in check. We will come on to the stoppage, but I want to pick your brains on the fight up until that point. It was a high-volume fight. It was a fight that many people felt was hard to score. What was your read on how the fight was playing out up until the last round in terms of the Brandon Figueroa work?
Listen, I felt like it was a close fight. I felt like the fight could have won either way. I honestly believe that we were up. I felt like we were up two rounds. But there was a lot of close rounds. So I felt like, hey, listen, these close rounds, we're not going to get them to go our way. We're on the B side. We're the visiting fighters. You're fighting the world champion. Don't make them close. You got to take off. You just have to take it to the next level, if you will. And I felt that's what happened tonight. And coming into that last round, I said, listen, I need this round big. I need this big go out there and just control aggression. Continue to be aggressive, continue to work the body, finish to the head, but get off the line. Just don't lose your cool. Stay calm, stay collective, and I felt that's what happened.
Talk to me about the game plan.
His coaching instruction, like I said, was spot on. He pressed the right buttons in his fighters. He said the right things, and he got all the right responses. And even down to the 12th round, he didn't let B-Fig think he had it for one moment. Look, controlled, effective aggression. That's what we need. Press his ass. And B-Fig was on him. He was pressing when he got the knockout. He had Nick Ball back close to the ropes. And to me, he stood in there a bit too long. He got greedy, man. He got greedy, and he got clipped with a shot that he did not see. And you know those be the worst shots to get hit with. Man, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro?
For Nick Ball, from where I was sat, it looked like Brandon was investing a lot to the body early and throughout the fight. Was that a
body work
decision to try and slow a fighter like Nick Ball down?
100%. Go to the body and the head will follow. And you got to chop wood, man. And you got to understand this is a marathon. It's not a race. One round at a time. Chop, 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 chop. And that's what happened. And we got the knockout at the very end.
Well, that's what people want to hear about, Manny, the knockout. When Brandon landed that left hook as they were trading up punches, were you surprised, first of all, that Nick Ball managed to get to his feet? And even though he did get to his feet, are you thinking, if that's my guy, we're getting stopped here?
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I missed that first knockdown. I was on my way down. I was walking down the stairs and trying to set myself up in a corner. And I actually, it happened pretty much at the start of the 12th round, and so I missed that first knockdown. My guy's like, we got the knockdown, like, oh, shoot. And then I turned around, and I saw the referee counting, and so that's what, okay, stay calm, stay collective. The guy got back up, beat the 8 count, but I noticed he was hurt. And we had a lot of time in that round to, it's not winning, it's how you win. It's how you execute. It's how you got to get it done. So I like Brandon's composure. He never lost his cool, went out there, moved in for the kill, and he got it.
When we spoke at the press conference, you were under no illusions that you were very much the away fighter here, and that we Brits, we're not sure. Sometimes our fighters do get a bit of preferential treatment in the judges and the refereeing. But the judges, 2 of them did have Brandon up at the time of the stoppage. But I heard rumblings, was there some issue with Nick's gloves before the fight in terms of the inspection of the gloves?
Hand wrapping. They wrapped his hands, and we weren't present. We weren't there to watch this. And
here go the hand wrap stuff.
Are discussed prior to the fight. They're actually at the fighters meeting, and this was discussed. I want to watch your hand. I want to watch you, your team, wrap your hands, and you can do the same. I mean, not to the fighter, but to the coach. And we all agreed. We came to an agreement, and the commission was there. The British commission was there, and the WBA inspector was there. So we all agreed. But they went ahead and wrapped his hands anyway. So when I came in, he had his hands wrapped already. Oh, he wrapped his hands. Well, what do you mean? We weren't present. Oh, well, you're late. Oh, well, they just started looking for excuses, and it's just unfair. It's not fair play. You know. So I said, well, since we weren't there to watch his hand wraps, I don't want them in my locker room to watch, my fighter get his hands wrapped. I mean, we have the commission. That's all we need. Anyway, we got in an argument there, and I guess I won the battle because they weren't permitted to be in my locker room to watch the hand wrapping.
And see, look, not for nothing, man. I'm not gonna blame that on Nick Ball. But yo, y'all teams, man, stop, bro. Y'all know what the rules are, man. Y'all don't get special privileges. It ain't no he late and you already got the hands wrapped of the fighter, bro. It's a championship fight. It's a big fight. It's at home. You make yourself look like you got something to hide, bro. And then this is the crazy part. The fact that they didn't make y'all re-wrap and allow Manny Robles to see, but in fact, just didn't allow them to go in there and see the wraps. Like, so what? Like, you get me? They ain't do no funny foul stuff, man. Y'all could have pulled some slick shit. And this is like, it's like karma caught up to y'all too. End up getting knocked out. You try to pull a fast one and it didn't work. Bad karma. Southpaw Manny was good with it. Y'all hit the like button. Let's keep rolling.
But that's not the point. They have to listen. It happens all over the world. It's a world title fight, the main event. I think we felt disrespected.
My understanding is certainly for a world title fight, it would be standard for a member of the opposition team to be there when the hands are wrapped.
Universal rules, man. I mean, it happens time and time again where every time there's a big fight, every time there's a world title, especially a world title fight, and both parties need to be present when their fighters are getting their hands wrapped. We've seen so many things happen time and time again with, and so we needed to be there.
God was
we
good
felt
with
disrespected because they went ahead and wrapped his hands without us being present, and that's not cool.
Well, it proved inconsequential to the result, so that's what I want to end on. A lot of people were writing Brandon Figueroa off, not just in this fight, but in terms of his career. People were saying it's been a long time since we saw the best Brandon Figueroa. In your heart of hearts, did you always believe he could bring back
how you gonna tell the man that he was late? Like, he late. Like, that's a terrible excuse, yo. Y'all pulling little slick shit, and then you start to make your fighter look like there's something going on there, and then you go out there and get flatlined. You know what I mean? Big shout out to B Fig and Manny Robles, man. This was a very entertaining fight. And credit to Nick Ball, but aside from the hand wrap shit, they was solid. But y'all bogus for trying to pull that fast one.
Magic tonight.
He proved that tonight. This is our second fight working together. We fought a very tough fighter in Joel Gonzalez in his last fight. Joel ain't no joke. And coming into that fight, but you have to stop and think that fight with Joel got us ready for this fight. Got us ready. Because Joel is a very aggressive, come-forward fighter, high-volume puncher. And so is Nick Ball. Obviously, different styles, but high volume, high volume fight where they're both going to clash, and styles make fights. And I knew coming into this fight, this is a perfect fight for us. It's a perfect fighter in Nick Ball, and we got the win.
Who next?
I don't know who's the win. I'll leave that up to the promoter, the management. Right now, we're gonna sit back, celebrate the victory, and stick around, for a day, and go back home on Monday, back to the gym, back to work, back on to the next.
I don't think anyone would begrudge you some celebrations, Manny. Congratulations to you in the
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you
Good,
to the
man.
UK fans. You are the best. I've said it, and I'll say it again, time and time again. The best boxing fans in the world. Don't stop supporting your boxers, man. You guys are class.
Man, yeah.
Thanks, Manny. Cheers, Manny.
Man, respect to the UK fans, man. They hold their fighters in high regard, regardless win, lose, or draw. Shout out to Kurt, man. Appreciate the love, man. He said my brother BFTB sent me, bro. Shout out to BFTB, man. Shout out to that guy, man.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I don't think it is. Yeah, he got flatline. This was rough. Man. He ate it, man. He ate that one. He got packed up pretty handily, man. It was no better way to win besides getting that buzzer beater, bro. Man, that shit was something bad, man. That man had had that man face first and then halfway out the ring, hanging out the ring. I was like, shit, man. Damn, y'all doing my guy bad. Y'all doing him bad, huh? Y'all doing him bad. Hold on, we gonna get to some things. Yeah, that was a hell of a fun fight though, from beginning to the end, y'all. Beginning to the end. I don't know which way they go after this. Blunt, my dog, you know I'm here. We in the building. I don't know which way they go after this. But Shushu is a good fight. You know, I know they ain't about the matchmaking, all that stuff, but you got some names out there. You got unifications and different things like that. Brandon Figueroa did his thing. He did his thing Saturday night. Nick Ball made it as tough a fight as he could. He just got caught late down the stretch with a shot that he didn't see. It's boxing. Yeah, it's always things that you can do to prevent him, but Nick Ball is who he is. He's a fighter all the way to the bitter end. Like, even while hurt, he's still going to try to give it everything he got. And there's something to be said about that. And that's why his fans continue to rock with him despite the loss. You know what I'm saying? I know they was gutted. You know, he silenced Liverpool, man. B Fig with that overhand, man. But it was smart. It was smart, bro. Smart boxing by B Fig, man. If it had been the other way around, I bet they're oh yeah, Thrill. Waves it right off. Shout out to Kurt. Much love being a new member, man. Much love, much appreciation, my guy.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to Kurt. Appreciate the love. He said, love women who looks at you like you're beautiful. Blunt, what it do, man? To Sizzle in the building. What's good, my guy? Mannerisms and behavior, yeah, man. So every time boxer YouTube talk, you better not have. Hell nah. Ain't no way you did that. You know what I'm saying? But Nick Ball, man, he said Nick Ball's seemed like he was tired. Yeah, to me, Southpaw, I caught him huffing and puffing with the mouth open by the third round. By like the third round, I seen it. I seen the mouth open. I was like, bro, the pace already getting to him now. But he still continued to fight well. But I guess it was just a matter of time, one of those things before you get clipped. You know what I'm saying? Because it was either him, gonna be Nick Ball or Brandon Figueroa. And Brandon Figueroa got a hell of a chin. Ain't never been stopped. And I didn't think he was gonna get stopped last night. And he did. He put the mittens on this guy, man. One of the picture perfect knockouts that you can get for yourself, bro. And like I said, man, they already promoting this fight with him and Shushu. I like it, man. They both got picture perfect knockouts. But we need to start seeing some unifications, man. I don't know what they're going to do.
Brandon Figueroa is going to put his foot to the pedal. Nick Ball! Charlo! In the final round! Let him get up from this! He bravely gets to his feet. Steve Gray will give him every chance. He is the world champion, but there's so much time left in the round. And Brandon Figueroa is going to take Nick Ball out here. He's through the ropes. Figueroa has won the world featherweight title all over again.
Featherweight champion again, man. Yeah, it get like that, man. It'll drain you of your good energy. The last time it got me, y'all ain't see me for like 4 days. They drained me about all my good energy, bro. I ain't never, since I've been doing this, not want to talk boxing for 4 days straight. That ain't never happened. And I probably won't never let it happen again, though. You know what I'm saying? Start tuning them out. Start enjoying boxing more. I'm telling you, still don't understand. Shout out to Cut. What's good with it? While Ball's corner was upset. Oh, because they started celebrating Cut. They started celebrating a little bit like prematurely. Usually you make sure the fighter is good, and they didn't give him the couple of minutes to make sure he was good. They just went right to celebrating. So they took it as disrespect, but shout out to Brandon Figueroa. He got right up on the microphone and he apologized like they ain't mean nothing by it. They just was excited. And I think anybody that is assessing the situation now can see it as such. Anybody that's trying to make it seem like they was being, cruel for celebrating, they reaching. You know what I'm saying? They was just excited because it was one of them fights, man. And I'm telling you, they would have celebrated the same way. Nick Ball would have flatlined big ass B Fig. He'd have punched B Fig out like that, bro. They'd have been going nuts. Yeah, he had to take it. He had to take it. Man, I'm telling you, Jordan, every day, bro. Every day I see it. Every day I see it, bro. Every day it's like I be about to lose my mind. Look, big dog. Big dog Willie got one. Man, but that's Manny Robles, bro. That's Manny Robles. Big Tex, what it do, homie? Got 60 people in the building. Hit that like button, man. Sub to the channel. Let's keep rolling. Big shout out to my dog, Big Dog Willie, putting that love, that color in the chat, man. Appreciate the love, homie. Say now Shakur isn't that good. Teals is the worst champion in the last 25 years. Wiley Moses is overrated coach. Devin has the best IQ boxer. Tank has better defense than Core, but doesn't want to show it. Damn, Big Dog, man. Where they down bad. Yeah, they still down bad. We're gonna get into some of that talk too, man. But yeah, look. I've been hearing it too. Hey, listen. You think that's bad? Teal's the worst champion in last 25 years. That's bad, but that got to be right up there with Leo Santa Cruz is better than Teofimo. I seen that. That was one of the craziest joints I seen. When I heard that Leo Santa Cruz is better than Teofimo, I was like, yeah, they hate Shakur. I was like, yeah, they hate Shakur at this point. When you out here trying to convince the world that Leo is a better fighter than Teo, yeah, it gets spooky. That shit gets spooky. I'm like, yeah, they don't like Core at all. They're gonna do anything and strip him of that win. They're gonna strip him of that win. Hey, hit this one time for the one time, man. Yo, y'all diabolical coming for the Bash Brothers like that. Don't worry. Don't worry, they ain't done pissing y'all off yet. It's just the beginning of the Bash Brothers.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Big shout out to Big Dog Willie. Shout out to everybody that continues to support the grind, man. We got 60 people in here. Hit the like button, sub to the channel, super chat, cash app. We gonna build for a little bit. We're gonna try to get out of here and still give y'all time to watch this good old Super Bowl for y'all that's, gonna watch it. But yeah, Liverpool was sick. Liverpool was sick as hell. They seen one of their heroes get flatlined, man. That shit just look bad for him, man. Dudes is ready to cry. He silenced the hell out of that arena, bro. They were quiet as hell out there, bro. You could have heard a mouse piss on cotton. I'm telling you, it was quiet. It was quiet as hell. Like, damn. But if you're gonna win, that's how you go out there and win in impressive fashion, bro. We needed to see a fight like that, and we got one, man. We got a really good fight out of these dudes, bro. Got a really good fight out of these dudes, but we got much more that we're going to get to in here, man. I got a lot of clips that I ain't played from the other day. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot to get to, man. Liverpool will be all right, man. Nick Ball will be all right. I still watch him any day of the week. Next time they tell me Nick Ball fight is on or scheduled, I'm locking in. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the guy bounce back. Want to see him fight again. He don't got shit to be ashamed of. You just got caught with a shot you didn't see, and that's just part of the game. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of the game. He said he'd take Leo over Teo. Listen, Leo is a more division champion and all of that stuff, but if you was to put those two guys in a ring together, like, would you have Leo over, you get what I'm saying, over Teofimo Lopez? I mean, that's a tough sell, man. I'm not picking him over him. I think he throw too many punches and he gets stopped. You know what I'm saying? Dante's boxing talking about dog was good with it. I think he throw too many punches and get stopped. You know what I'm saying? I think he get caught. You know what I'm saying? The problem is he a small guy, so where would that fight even happen at? You get me? Leo ain't going up to no 135 pounds, so just think about that. Listen, when somebody is in today's boxing, and I'm saying this, listen, I ain't claiming to be the best boxing analyst, but I ain't no damn fool. Anybody trying to convince the public in 2026 that Leo Santa Cruz is a better fighter than Teofimo, you know what that is. That's Shakur hate. Like, you start coming up with all types of shit. Like, bro, Shakur beat that man so convincingly, he apologized for shit that he never did. When you make somebody apologize for slavery, bro, like, you won. Like, yeah, Shakur should be the neighborhood hero, low key. He beat the guy that was racist with all the slurs and the monkeys in the bed. People don't even know what they want. They want it so bad for somebody to beat T.O.'s ass, and they don't even realize they got it, and they still mad. They still mad. They like, nah, you know, Leo's better than T.O. Yeah, right, man. I don't give a damn who you are. You sell that shit to somebody else. If you believe Leo Santa Cruz in 2026 is a better fighter than Teofimo Lopez, I got this pink unicorn. I got this shit tied up to the porch that I'm trying to sell to you. It'll take you anywhere you want to go, man. Just say the word. GHB, man. What's good with it? A spirit is in the building. What's good, gang? How you feeling, my guy? Always good. Oh, hold on, man. Hold on. I gotta say it while you in here. Gotta say it while you in here, because you know you passing through. Hey, man, because I'm just due for real. Don't think I didn't witness a hell of a coaching display with Jesse Hart. Man, you know I'm Jersey for life. I love my Jersey fighters. You know, I rock with Khalil Coe through and through. But, man, he got a gift. Credit to him. I still rock with him. He just got to come back better. But, man, yeah, you coached your ass off, and y'all got that dub. They took it from you, man. I just wanted to say that because I'm genuine like that, man. You know, hell of a fight. Jesse Hart did what he needed to do. He outlanded him. He outworked him. He came in shape. You get what I'm saying? And he beat my guy on the scale and in the ring. Shout out to Jesse Hart and GHB, man. He coached his ass off that night. Coached your ass off that night. Every time B-Fig get counted out, he come through with the KO. He did it with Louis Neary. Right. You can't count him out, man. We got 70 people in the building. Hit the like button. Let's keep building. We're going to rock on this good Sunday. You know what I mean? We got Just Do in the building on Sunday, man. You know? Before the Super Bowl, y'all. Yeah, he went all the way to slavery, bro. That shit is... Teofimo got the top 3 crash outs in post-fight history, bro. Which one? First, it was Cambosis. It was the Cambosis shit. I beat him 11-2. He told the world he beat up Cambosis 11 rounds to 2. I didn't know they went 13 rounds. Thought it was 12, but whatever. He said it, not me. Then he had the Sandor Martin crash out. Do I still got it? Right? And then the Shakur one takes the cake. The apologizing for slavery. Bro said, my condolences like somebody passed away. Nah, bro. Bro said, my condolences is crazy, man. Yo, I was like, who died, T.O.? And T.O. was like, man, look, if y'all ever felt it, Shakur just made Teofimo apologize for everything that he did and didn't do. Y'all got to at least, if y'all don't give Shakur no respect for the rest of his career, y'all got to at least do it for this fight. You got to, bro. I did not tell y'all when it comes to that guy inside the boxing ring, it's not about power. It's not about strength. It's mental. If you can beat him mentally, you got a chance. If you can mentally outthink him, I feel like you can beat. If not, he's going to mentally destroy your confidence. You've seen him do it to Teofimo. So much so, when the fight was over, this man started thinking about slavery. He started thinking about all the shit he said. Nah, man, I apologize. Bro, he beat his ass into like, you know, I don't know, man. That's the top crash out in the post-fight history. I thought AJ shit was bad when he threw the belts out the ring with Usyk and got on the mic. Nah, apologizing for slavery, it got it. That's easily one of the best post-fight crash outs in the world. So Shakur is the neighborhood hero, man. I'm claiming that. You beat the people that everybody wanted to see lose to somebody, right? Bet. Man, we get to move on. Know what I'm saying? See about to be Shakur in the Shakur documentary. He gonna be in it. I'm telling you, and Shakur about to use that fight to springboard himself into superstardom. I'm trying to tell you, he on his way. I don't know if that ever accept him as a superstar, but he damn sure a star. Damn sure a star, one of the best talents in the sport, man. Great win for Core. And matter of fact, he beat T.O. so bad, T.O. said he ain't coming back, bro. Somebody hit T.O. DM. Somebody hit T.O. DM, bro, with a heartfelt joint. Like, man, you know, just keep your head up, T.O. You know, look, hey, champ, just checking on you. Keep your head up, stay strong. This is y'all boxers wild. That he should have let the win, like he should have let the laws like simmer down some before he jumped in the DM. Bro said, hey, champ, just checking on you. Keep your head up, stay strong. He said, pick up the pieces and move forward, man. Take some time with your family and friends, and most importantly, yourself, and come back a better you. Teo hit bro back like not coming back. Core beat Teo into another semi-retirement. Y'all mad at him? Y'all gotta get my man his just due, bro. I told y'all that shit wasn't gonna be nice, man. Big Supreme, what's good, my guy? We got 100 people in the building. Double tap the screen at the like button. Support the grind, bro. We gonna cook. We gonna talk about it. We got some things to get to, man. We got to get to this Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo, a little bit of a back and forth, if you will, right? That's what's going on right now with them. But yeah, man, this is what Teo said. He said he's not coming back, but we know we seen it. Listen, like this what Core had Teo posting on online. Y'all think I'm playing. Before we move on to this other topic, bro. Hold on, bro.
Every time, gotta put respect to it. To all my brothers and sisters, I love you guys. Always salute to the power that it be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally.
Hey, yo, hold on. I know this shit was like a week ago, but bro, do you know where your confidence gotta be for you to be apologetic of shit that you ain't even have nothing to do with? Yo, that was before your time. Bro felt the need. He felt the need. Yo, the spirit moved. The spirit moved. Teo said, listen, y'all, if I ever rubbed y'all the wrong way, the monkeys in the bin, listen, that wasn't really me. I'm sorry. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I laughed at this when it initially happened, but it's funny all over again. Hey, bro, you ain't beat somebody until you now show me somebody, right? That remember we was talking about this, right? What's worse, getting knocked out or getting outboxed for 12 rounds? And somebody was like, nah, man, yo, getting knocked out is worse. You ever heard somebody get knocked out, wake up and apologize for slavery? All right, then. You ain't. I'm telling you, it's something about your confidence that takes a hit when somebody show you for a 36-minute period or a 12-round fight that you can't F with me. You can't do nothing with me. I'm going to beat you up round after round. I'm going to outbox you. Everything that you thought you was, I'm going to show you that you not that. That's why he apologized. Like, I'm laughing at the slavery comment and all that, but all jokes aside, just on some boxing stuff, that's what it was. That was his confidence, like taking a big hit. That boy he ain't know what else to say. He ain't know what else to say. He didn't know what the hell to say. He was like, bro, slavery, yeah, my bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. My condolences. Telling you, bro. So till you see somebody get knocked out and wake up and apologize for some shit that they ain't do, and Core got one of the top crash out moments in the post fight that I've ever seen in the history of the sport. That shit is going down in the books, bro, forever. Look, he got this what Teo posted online after the fight.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Keep moving forward.
I mean, this stuff is way too advanced for me.
Keep moving forward.
And what if I can't fix this? What are we gonna do?
Keep moving forward.
Why do you keep saying that? And don't just say keep moving forward.
It's my dad's motto.
Why would his motto be keep moving forward?
It's what he does.
What's that supposed to mean? But I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You failed!
And it was awesome. Exceptional.
He still apologized.
I did better.
From failing, you learn. From success, not so much.
If I gave up every time I failed, I never would have made the meatball cannon.
I never would have made my fireproof pan.
I propose a toast to Lewis and his brilliant failure. May it lead to success in the future.
Man, bro just posted a clip from a damn cartoon kids movie, bro. I don't know what movie that is, but it's one of them. Bro's basically still apologizing, saying, I don't know how he gonna keep going. But all jokes aside, shout out to Teo. I always thought Core was winning. Smart. He's a smart ass fighter. You can't outsmart him. You got a real good chance at losing. If you're gonna play chess with Shakur, you're gonna lose. it's a really good chance anyway. I'll say that. And that's for anybody to me. OTB, what's good, my brother? What's good with it, fam? Corey, that was great work, man. That was a fun. Said someone call your mom an alcoholic, call your dad a racial slur. Oh, you talking about that? You talking about he was hurt from that? Yo, listen, I can't have no pity party for Teofimo, respectfully. Like, he took it left field when he started inviting dudes to his private. You know what I'm saying? That's a slippery slope. Like that, as a man, you start disrespecting like that. It's like you usually, like in the hood, the shit that Teofimo, the games that he's playing at the presser, that gets you punched in your mouth. I've seen people get kicked in their face, beat up, stomped out, all types of shit for coming out their mouth like that. I've seen that, and even worse. So he's lucky that it was only some words said and ain't nothing happened to him because he played the wrong kind of games. Like some people ain't playing like that. I don't play them type of weird games. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's the same dude that was online trying to convince the world that he said where that liquor at when we all heard what he said. You all right? This the same dude that his dad got hands put on him in the gym because he kept dropping N-bombs for no reason. You get what I'm saying? And I got the clip somewhere in my phone, man, where he was explaining the story. So I don't really shout out to the plug, my guy. What's good with it, bro? So I don't really feel like sorry for him, but I don't at the same time, once you take the gloves off with the inviting a man to your lower regions, it's like, bro, what you want? All right. See, this is why your dad ain't here. You get me? Because I ain't gonna lie, I think he hit a nerve. I think when he said that weird shit to core, I don't think he was feeling it. And his grandfather wasn't either. He like, bro, what you on? Like, we've been respectful all the way up until this point, and then you just decide to take it left out of nowhere. So he sent it in that direction. You get what you get when you open up that can of worms like that. I don't think none of it is cool because I'd rather Teo tell the world how he was gonna beat him up, punch a gap back in his mouth, mess up his new teeth, like something cool. You get me? Say something like that, and it would have been all cool. Like, people probably would have laughed it off, but we couldn't even really laugh at the kind of games Teo was playing. So, you know what I mean? You kind of open, you subject yourself to certain things said to you, especially when your dad ain't by your side and he was on camera, I guess hungover or whatever he was. I was going to play the video, but I just left it alone. But shout out to Teofimo Lopez Jr. and Sr., man. They will be back. I don't think this will be the last time we see him, but he got cooked handily, man. He got cooked handily. And before we get to this Errol Spence shit, I had some clips in here I wanted to play from Tim Bradley in regards to the fight that I never got to. I mean, yeah. I think if his dad take a bit of a step back, not like get rid of him, because I know his dad love him and he guided him to this point so far. So it'd be crazy to boot him to the curb completely. But I think they need to collectively come up with somebody that they both agree can come in and help the situation potentially. If not, I think you will see Teofimo come back. He'll win fights, but will he ever, get back to the championship level? I think that gets harder. I ain't gonna say no for sure, but it gets harder without the proper, push and right. You was only strong as your team sometime, and we seen in multiple instances where your dad just was unable to guide you with the right instruction to get you through those tough moments. So, I mean, I don't think it'd be crazy to bring somebody else in. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he think about that. And it's something he really give a thought to, because I think it can make him better. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Y'all all got the same goal. When Teo win, when Teo Jr. win, Teo Sr. win, right? When you lose, y'all lose together. And what I didn't like is the way his father sounded disconnected from the loss. And it not only did I see that Andre Ward in his interview, he spoke about it too. And he said the same thing. Sounded like he was telling Teo, he was saying to the people, like, yo, I put Teo in the best position possible. And I was telling him this, and he just wasn't listening, and his power and this and that. You had more questions about your son than instructions. And that's never a good thing. You can't be, it's bad enough. I'm in this fight. I'm in a fight with one of the smartest boxers and best defensive boxers in the game. And this dude outpointing me round after round, and you over here questioning my power and all. You're not instilling confidence in me. You're creating a doubt. So, and you telling me I'm gonna hate myself in the morning. And then the picture that I got up in that particular interview, he went in that interview and said how he hate his life right now and all that shit. So again, on a deeper level, you definitely need to bring somebody in there, and his dad need to rethink ever speaking. Like, you got to speak life into your son. He getting his ass cooked by one of the more talented boxers in the game. You supposed to try to guide him to victory, help him make the adjustment, tell him how to get from A to B. But instead, you created more doubt. Basically, just told him to go out there and get it done without telling him how to get it done. That's not what a great coach would say. That's not what a aware coach would be saying to his fighter. You get what I'm saying? Especially in the worst moments, right? You creating more doubt. So that was tough for Tio, man. Shout out to him. He kept fighting, fought his ass off. Dank was good with it, homie. I hit the like button. We got 100-some people in the building, man. Hit the like button, sub to the channel. Let's get into this, man. Tim Bradley dropped a couple of videos I wasn't able to get into, but it's Sunday. We're gonna clean the plate today, man. Type in. Let's see what he has.
And I feel like Shakur can be that face of American boxing that, you know, we've always had. You know, we have Floyd Mayweather. I think he can be as popular as Floyd Mayweather, if not more popular than Floyd Mayweather. You know, so
that's gonna be
hard. I don't know, man, guys. You know,
that's
tell
hard
me what you think. You know, am I tripping? But there's a lot of potential matchup for Shakur that can really grow his star, man. You know, years ago, you know, when I had a brief conversation with Shakur, you know, one of the things that he told me was that he was going to be a superstar in the game. You know, he told me straight to my face, it don't matter what you say or what you think, like, I'm going to be a superstar in the game. And for me, you know, just looking in, I was like, okay, for you to be a superstar in the game, you got to show up and show the hell out, man. Because it was when he had a conversation with him was after a lackluster performance. And then I think it was like right before he fought Herring, I had a conversation with him. And that's when he told me. And at first I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it at first because I'm like, bro, like if you continue to give these type of dog performances, no one's going to want to see you, you know? So the truth of the matter is that, you know, I was wrong and he was right. You know, say what you want to say about Shakur, his style and what he does and this and that. Like, people still want to see him fight because there's something behind the brilliance.
I want to see him lose.
Like, whether you want to see him lose or whether want to see him win, it don't matter. But it's something behind the brilliance of his boxing style and I don't want to say brilliance behind his, but I just want to say his defense. You know, the brilliance behind his defense, right? That is appealing to people. So I wouldn't say it's you know, he's charismatic or, you know, I mean, he's not a bad speaker on a mic, but, you know, he's not Ali. He's not, you know, he doesn't require that type of attention like that. You know, he's smooth and he's gaining more and more confidence on the mic and he's getting better at it. But, you know, he's not gonna have to do it with his mouth. He's literally doing and becoming a superstar with his skill, and by beating the guys that you feel that he can't beat. So, with that being said, man, I'm impressed with Shakur, man. I'm very impressed with Shakur. Tell me what you think in the comment section, man, down below. But I think Shakur has the ability, and it's no shade on Terrence. Terrence is a remarkable fighter who'll be remembered forever, no doubt about it. Terrence changed the game entirely the game, and he did it his way. And I think that Shakur is going to do it his way as well. But he's going to be a lot more popular and a lot more respected than I believe Terrence Crawford is. And that's a shame, but it is what it is.
Man, that's a lot.
Tell me what you think in the comment section. All right, Tim Desert Storm Bradley. You already know the damn rest, and I'm out.
Right, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hitting the like button, man. Support the channel. We're gonna get to all of this. Let me take this down. So I like what Tim Bradley said there. I mean, look, it's always good. I'm just Duke, so y'all know I like hearing people get their flowers, especially when I watch people for years tear at the man. And I think he finally creeping to a point in his career where he's gotten the names, and I ain't saying the big names, right? He got a Zepeda that forced a certain kind of fight out of him that I think most people watching that could be like, hey, man, that was a fun fight to watch, man. And you fought him at his own game and cooked him. Yeah, well done. Then you follow that up with the Teofimo fight, who's one of the names, right? Wasn't he one of them 4 kings that they were talking about? And then you beat him the way you beat him. Now you getting to the point where you get me, people are talking about you and, you know, the Super Bowl fight. You and fights with Devin Haney is the biggest fight in boxing. You and Ryan Garcia, like, you're putting yourself in a position where you make the call, right? You can become your own star. Now, will you be as big as Floyd or bigger than Floyd? That's tough to do, bro. That's tough to do. But I do agree with as far as the getting the respect and you know, doing it his own way. Will he get more respect than Crawford? I don't know. I think they kind of in the same vein, the way people look at them, right? They putting wins in the bank where at the end of the day, as a boxing fan, you got to respect it. But you see how they still question Terrence Crawford all the way to the bitter end, right? Shakur, I think he'll get some of that as well. But I think if he could continue on the path that he's on like this, where you can get named fighters that will complement your style, where your performances will be justified by the name guys that you're fighting, I think you continue to build on, you know, what your star power is. Now, how big of a star you'll be remains to be seen, but I think it's a lot to be said that when put with the right kind of dance partner and in the right venue, which turned out to be MSG, they sold that joint out. Everybody's not doing that. You can count in your hands maybe how many of these guys in active boxing are selling out venues and shit like that. Like bringing over 20K in attendance, like not everybody's doing that, especially with it being your first pay-per-view. So I think the future is bright. It's just all about how he play this chessboard from here on out. What is your next move? You got stripped at 35. Do you go back down there and try to take somebody's shit and be a champion down there again? Right? Do you stay put and entertain unifications? Do you venture off to 47? You've literally put yourself in a position where you have options. And I think that any 28-year-old 4-division champion, man, you got the boxing at your feet right now. It's all up to you. You stay focused, you stay locked in, you get the absolute most out of your career. And I think when it's all said and done, people going to have to respect you because you did it your way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it really is, man. Oster, what's good with it, my guy? And there was good with it. Exactly. Just build off it. Because I think anytime you can sell out MSG, you're not going to, and they call that shit the Mecca. You can't tell me you don't have star potential. You can't tell me that people don't genuinely tune in to watch you fight, whether that is to see you lose, see you win, or just to see how it's going to look, right? Now you hear people are asking about pay-per-view numbers. Well, what are the pay-per-view numbers? They want to know because you can't shit on the performance because he dominated one of the 4 kings. Get that hating ass shit out of here. You can't really refute the numbers because it's worldwide. You've seen all the pictures. That shit was packed, jam-packed, right? So you can't shit on that. So you hoping that the pay-per-view numbers come out and it won't be what some of these early reports are. I'm not going to report that. I know it take a couple weeks for any type of numbers to come out. So I'm not going to report on anything. I see it too. But I noticed that's where people are going to. Well, what are the pay-per-views? They say he's a star because they want so much to prove that he's not who he is. When in reality, you and everybody on that card, but you know, it's the main event. If you're a part of, you know, bringing out more than 20,000 people in one spot, you clearly showed the ability to sell some fucking tickets. Simple and plain. Got another clip from T. Bradley, man. We're going to keep it pushing. Y'all hit that like button, sub to the channel. Let's keep rocking. TB, so I'll get that one on. So that was high praise. And this is coming from Tim Bradley, that when he was over there on Top Rank, he was talking about needing cups of coffee to watch Shakur and all this shit. And to hear him have to kind of spin it back is refreshing. Now you got to rethink how you speak about him because, again, I think when put with the right dance partner, you're going to see performances that you could appreciate and rock with, win, lose, or draw, because all these dudes can be beat on any given night. But so far, so good, man. I think that's how you go out there and get a win, man, and make people respect you. Yeah. What was the live gate? That's a Dank. That's how they be. What was the live gate? No superstar. Man, it's crazy. They down bad. Whenever you are making content to tear down boxing, you're part of the problem. You what old media was doing, just dressed up in a different costume. I'm telling you, bro. Boxing is thriving if people will just let it. Just enjoy the fact that, Shakur and Teo was the main event, and you had multiple fights on the undercard that was solid that I think people was tuning into. And I think everybody contributed to them 20-some K or 21 over 21K being in attendance. Not just the main event, but you know how I go. They're gonna get the I guess the share of the live gate. What was the live gate? But let's get into this, y'all.
It's okay. T.O. fans. I know y'all sad. I told y'all was going to be sad. Y'all going to be mad. Yeah, I shouldn't have picked T.O. I told y'all. Go back and watch the videos. I promise y'all. But it's okay. There's room on the bandwagon. Hell yeah. Jump on the damn bandwagon. Shit, yeah. Say Shakur's name. You damn right. Say it. Say it. That's a bad boy. Yeah, it's a bad boy. But he's even greater than what he showed. On the biggest night of his career, he's even greater than that, people. Okay? I'm going to give it to y'all real.
I agree.
That shit was easy.
I agree.
Easy. Now,
I agree.
Since we always want
to
just go to the future right away, who should he fight next? Shakur wants to go to 135. Shakur wants to, I'm going to tell y'all.
47. You want to stay at 40.
A lot of y'all might disagree with me. I'm going to tell y'all a fighter that can get with Shakur. I ain't say beat him, but I'm saying that can get with him. That's on his level. Like this.
Talk to us, Tim. Talk to us.
Name is Oshaki
Who that is?
Foster. That's his name. Oshaki Foster. Yes. Shakur goes down and fight that man right there. Because I'm saying Tank ain't gonna fight him if he goes down to 35. Like when you a fighter and you fight at a certain level, right? You get a certain amount of money. Like you trying to like, all right, I'm trying to even meet that and get a little bit more money, or I'm trying to surpass that. I'm trying to challenge somebody even better than that. That shit was easy. So Oshaki Foster, as far as notoriety, he's not bigger than Teo. But I'm telling y'all, as far as skill, and I believe Oshaki should be on a pound-for-pound list. Oshaki should be on a pound-for-pound list. Right now, he should be number 10. Shakur, you need to go ahead and slide him up top 5. Shit. Slide him up top 5. For real. Put him on top. He can be 4.
Shout out to TB, man.
But slide him up. I'm telling y'all.
I always appreciate his taste.
He just beat the best 140-pounder in the damn world. With no tune-ups.
Nuh-uh, that's Gary Russell. That's what they keep saying.
Period. Just, I'm going. Yeah, I got him. Yeah. No problem. Easy work. But Oshaki, they got history. Oshaki has a lot of what Shakur has with the distance. Got a fast-ass jab, too, coming from the southpaw stance. The last fighter that beat Shakur Stevenson was a damn southpaw. Oshaki can switch to orthodox, too. He can. Oshaki big, too. He not no small-ass 130-pounder. He pretty big, too. Got a little size on him. Got some reach on him. Got some pop on him. Oshaki lets that backhand go, too. Sometimes he holds on a little bit too much, too, for my liking. Shit, I wish he threw that mug a little bit more, too. But skill for skill, the distance stuff, punches coming
Shout out to TV, man.
Right here, and counter, the pulls, all of that. Oshaki got slip counters. He weaves. He can go to the body well. Oshaki got a little bit more than Shakur Stevenson. His inside game ain't near Shakur's. I promise you that. It ain't there yet. He can do some of the stuff he can do. However, that's where I think Shakur is a little bit better than Oshaki, is then inside with his controls.
Man, shout out to TB, man. He be setting the world on fire with these takes, and I love it, man. Boxing for me, I can't say how everybody else listen to takes. It's not about agreeing or disagreeing. It's just about, can you pick up what he putting down, right? Could you understand where he coming from? And I could. I heard a lot of positive things about Shaq from people that know him personally. You know what I'm saying? Look, he's a phenomenal fighter. They got history. Shaq even had got it off a few times in sparring, right? As he went and said in multiple interviews. But I just think this is how I see it. Them not being familiar with each other could always play a factor, and maybe we get a different kind of outcome than what most people think. But that would have to be, in order for that to happen, we'll have to see him fight a kind of fight that I don't think we see him fight yet. I'm not saying he's not capable of doing it, but we'll have to see him fight in a way that he hasn't fought to date. Both phenomenal boxers. Like Shaq, I always hear about it as people rave about his IQ, how smart he is, the shit that he can do in the gym is just phenomenal. And, you know, he'll show you that shit in the actual boxing ring as well. So I think the biggest determining factor, right, could be the fact that they know each other. Maybe that'll impact the fight to a certain degree. But I think ultimately, if I'm just going off of what both guys have shown me consistently in the boxing ring, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, right? Shakur, like, let's not make no mistake about it. For him losing a fight like that, he'll have to be off his game. Sorry, based on what they both shown me, they got a common opponent. I don't care for triangle theories much, but I just look at the way the fights played out and what both guys was doing. They're boxers, right? They're boxers. Shout out to Crush. What's good with it, Brody? They're boxers. So you already know when they fight, this is going to be a chess match. So now you're talking about putting one of the best chess players in another chess match type of event, right? With a guy that you've seen lose before multiple times, whether you agree with the losses, whether you've seen them or you know about them or not, right? For me, I've seen too many close calls, whether it be Abraham Nova, whether it be the Conceição fights, both of them too close for my liking, whether it's the Rocky Hernandez fight where you needed to knock out, you know what I mean, to beat him. They had you down 11 rounds, the zip or whatever it was, even though they was trying to take that from you. But there's just particular fights that you've had in your career where I looked and I'm like, you would have to, like, who's to say you won't show up like that against Shakur? Like, we're just guessing or banking that you're going to be the best version of yourself on that night. And if you are, then I think we'd be in for a treat as a boxing fans. I think we'll see a really good chess match. I would never just disregard Shaq as a talent. I mean, he showed you. Look what he did to Cool Boy, right? And this is from a boxing standpoint. We never seen anybody do that to Cool Boy. So I would never say that he don't have a chance at going out there and beating a guy like that. But for the fights where I've seen you go 24 rounds with a guy that I've seen Shakur completely cook right in front of him the same way you were attempting to do. It just looked much cleaner and different when he did it, right? It wasn't even remotely close to performances, right? How he beat a guy and how you fought him 24 rounds, totally different, right? And both fights were competitive. You know what I mean? I think they took it from you in the first one, to be honest. I don't think Shaq lost that, but, you know. But again, look, would I want to see the fight? Absolutely. Do I think we get the fight? No. I think it's ego and pride. I think politics. I think it's a little bit of everything. The reason I would want to see it, because anytime you got somebody that's as confident as O'Shaquie Foster is, and you've seen him rise to the occasion, you've seen him stand on business, you've seen him box people down and beat ass, and you know he got history with a guy that he wants to fight, like, you believe him. Shaq ain't a clout chaser. Shaq ain't a guy that's looking for attention. They got some little personal shit, and he want to fight him because of it. That's cool with me. They personal shit, that's between them. But as far as the fight, hell yeah, I would want to see the fight. But I just don't think we get it. One of the reasons I don't think we get it, Shaq had the opportunity to, you know, hold down the 35-pound interim title. He elected to go back down to 130. Shakur's at 40 right now. We don't know what he's going to do next. So I don't see Shakur going to 35 and then that next fight being O'Shaquie Foster. But if at any given time that it presents itself, you know, and Shaq doing what he's doing and winning, yes, I would want to see it. But I would have to favor Shakur. I would have to, not because I like him more, but because he showed me to be more consistent in the boxing ring. From fight to fight, from round to round, it's just far more consistent. As a matter of fact, don't even take my words for it, man. Shout out to the Spit Bucket podcast, man. Shout out to the Spit Bucket podcast. They did, you know, one of the hosts up there. He did some homework and some deep diving, and he was breaking down some of Shakur Stevenson numbers and stuff like that. And I want y'all to tune in, listen to this. You know, think about it. This is at a time where they're trying to tell you this guy is not the best defensive fighter in boxing, but we just seen him prove it again against the best opponent today. But listen to these numbers, y'all. Y'all tune into this. Aircraft carrier, what's good, homie? How you feeling? Think we get the fight because it don't make sense? I don't think it make the most sense in terms of where Shakur is at. If he's looking for bigger fights, I don't think Shaq is that fight. But we've known Shakur to have a history of having trouble getting the big fight. And if there's no better option and then Shaq is available, hell yeah, as a fight fan, I would want to see it. But that'd be up to Core, and we'll have to see what he wants. But dig this. Check this video out, y'all. We still got 90-some people in the building. Hit that like button, sub to the channel.
Out of all of Shakur's rounds, all of the available scores he has, out of all his fights, not ending in stoppages or the technical decision, that's 414 judged rounds. He lost 40 of them. That's less than 10%. That's losing less than one round every 10 rounds. Now, make it even more interesting. Let's take out the De Los Santos fight. Let's just take it out just to see. Shakur was injured, right? We saw his hands were hurting. He wasn't lying. We'll remove 36 rounds from that number and the 13 rounds that he lost. Dude, that puts him at 378 total judged rounds, losing 27 of them. 7.14% rounds he's losing. Outside of the De Los Santos fight, judges give his Shakur Stevenson's opponent fewer than one round out of every 14 rounds. One round out of every 14. With De Los Santos, it's one round out of every 10.
That shit is crazy.
Insane.
Big shout out to the plug, Elder. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to JJ and the Spit Bucket podcast, man. That was some good homework, good deep diving, man. And right there, like, it's just what he's proven. Never mind what I think. What he's proven is what I think, what he'll continue to prove in a boxing ring. The dude is losing one out of every 14 rounds, and you add De Los Santos, that's one out of every 10 rounds. That's fucking insane. That's consistency for your ass. You get what I'm saying? That's counting all the fights. So that's one of the number one reasons why I have him beating guys, right? Because if you're telling me you're about to go out there and box him, you're going to give him a chance to get in his bag. You're going to give him a chance to tap into those numbers and that efficiency that he's accustomed to having, even at the highest level. He did it with Teo. I don't want to hear it no more. So he's shown you that. In order for him to lose a fight against a guy that I've seen lose multiple times, multiple close calls, he would have to look not like himself. And yeah, that's possible because, you know, anybody could not perform on the night and you could lose. But if I'm just going off of what they show me, I would have to favor Shakur by the numbers, by what they show me, the efficiency, right? And him just being proven. And then the fact that I think one of the things that held Shock back, and he might agree to this, shout out to Shocky Foster, because he said it. He said, yo, he used to go to the club a lot. He'd go from the club to the gym or whatever. He had one foot in, one foot out. I think it seemed like now he got both feet in, and he had both feet in for a while. But I think the fact that he had his foot out the game for a while, I think the way they locked in is a little bit different. Maybe I could be wrong about that, but I just will have to favor Core. You know what I mean? And a really good fight. I'll give them credit and say it'll be competitive. They can go back and forth, but I can't say that I see him winning based on what he's shown me as a pro versus what Shakur shown me as a pro. So those some crazy numbers, man. That's some amazing numbers, man. Amazing numbers. It's gonna be hard to top that kind of shit, man. I'm telling you. And that is what makes him a tough guy to deal with. I'm glad that JJ, shout out to Dub, he went through the numbers because it highlights the consistency. Don't just stay stuck on the percentages. I know they high or the numbers is crazy, but that's consistency. That's what that say to me. And if I can't look at your body at work and see that you're able to be that consistent from fight to fight, just to expect you to be otherworldly on the night is kind of tough. It's not impossible, but it's a bit of a stretch. So again, in order for Shaq to me to win that fight, he had to look better than we ever seen him. And look, to his credit, shit, he just did it against Cool Boy, the best guy he's ever been in the ring with. So he's capable of rising to the level, right? So you can't count nobody out that's able to get in there with the best, most accomplished guy that they fought to date and dominate him the way he did. He dominated, and that shit was like a 12-zip. Shout out to Cool Boy. We always gonna rock with Cool Boy over here. That was a rough fight for him. I think he kind of got to beat himself on the scale, but that's another story, and we still rocking with him. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep rolling, though. But those crazy numbers, man. Crazy numbers when you think about it, bro. Crazy numbers. Crazy stuff. But let's keep rolling, man. Something I wanted to talk about a little bit, man. I'm not surprised by it. I'm not with the way that Charlo been talking, and you know, it's the fight game at the end of the day. We can tell the minute that he started. I mean, anybody that'll go back and forth with their brother, they definitely will fight anybody that's not their brother, in my opinion. And I always felt like it was some competitive nature between him and Errol Spence. I always did. I just think it was a mutual respect as to why they wouldn't fight each other. I mean, think about it. No disrespect to Charlo, one of Errol Spence's biggest supporters, they was calling him a cheerleader, was Jermell Charlo. When it was time for him to fight Terrence Crawford, Jermell Charlo was right there in the back room, bigging him up, talking that undisputed versus undisputed. This is what we do. Like all that stuff. He was in the, you know, he was visibly seen agitated in the crowd, seeing how the fight played out and all that different stuff. So to me, it always was that, like, he's competitive to the point where, like I said, if you ain't his brother, he'll fight you. And I always felt like him and Spence would fight each other. Ever since that first little clip where Spence said, Charlo was like, yo, I knocked out all the southpaws. And Spence was like, not me, it's something, man. You know, that little bit right there. And then we've seen a little sparring from them, right? They sparred each other. And when Charlo came out recently, he was like, there's no friends in his games, no friends in his business, X, Y, and Z. You know, it just made you think that, look, he started calling out everybody, Errol Spence, Virgil, Sebastian, who else he called? Everybody, right? Sebastian Fundora, he was calling everybody, Boots, tagging everybody. So I'm not surprised that he sound like he'll want to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence did come back with a response. I'm gonna get to it. We're gonna pull that up, see what he had to say, man. Errol was seen spotted in the gym with JYD in the gym, looking like he in great shape. I don't know if they sparred or just got some work in, whatever they did, but he looked like he's keeping himself in really great shape. Don't know if he's ever coming back, but seeing him in shape like that does give you the impression that a comeback could be sometime in the near future for him. We'll see, though. Some people think Errol Spence is finished and he shouldn't come back. He damaged goods. And then you got some people that would like to see him back. Hold on, man. Let me get this up, man. All those Heyman guys are washed. I don't quite look at it like that. I just think, it's easy to call a guy washed after they had a whole successful career. Even if Errol Spence is washed, even if, the Jermell Charlos, like, look how successful they've been in their careers. Like, you still look at them and say that if they hung the gloves up right now and never fought again, they had very successful careers. So to even get to a point where you could be washed up is a feat in and of itself, if you think, depending on how you look at that, right? They've had their time under the sun, right? If Jermell Charlo never won another world title, if Errol Spence never boxed another round, we could still look at what they put in, the work both of them put in, and say that they had super successful careers. So it is what it is, man. Boxing, your prime don't last forever, man. And, we seen that, what I mean? Especially if you ain't living a lifestyle like Errol. I mean, no, I don't care what you talking about is what I'm talking about. So you could keep trying to talk that dumbass, oh, they're washed. I respect all the work they put in. I ain't trying to hear they washed. What do you have to back to back that claim. We haven't seen Errol Spence since Terrence Crawford. We don't know what he is. We just assume. We haven't seen Jermell Charlo since Canelo Alvarez. We just assume, or you just assume he is. We don't know what he is. So you don't really got nothing to back that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really look at boxing to sit up here and down talk. Oh, he's washed. They're washed. I don't care. They're washed. Man, get that weak ass shit out of here. You was wrong with boxing, man. You quit, y'all. Exactly. Your ass should have been, your silly ass should have been watching the fight with Brandon Figueroa and Nick Ball. You get what I'm saying? Because they show you how you're supposed to support your fighters, win, lose, or draw. We ain't shit when it comes to supporting our own after a loss. We could win 30 fights straight, 28 by knockout. And the minute you don't win a fight, they start talking about how you ain't this and how you ain't that. Our American fans that we think is all of this and all of that, yo, we some of the worst fans in all of boxing. And I'm standing on that. That's why you got boxers, when they fight over there in the UK, they always tell you and compliment how the UK people are, how they treat them. They got the best fans in the business. I used to think they would just...
Your old stablemate here in Texas,
For instance, why would it even, what's the relevance to even say, oh, they're washed? So Al Heyman fighters, like, look how your mind go. Look how your mind is thinking. Oh, they got to be Al Heyman fighters. Well, Al Heyman put those fighters that you calling washed in a position to be some of the best fighters in the fucking world and make some of the most money that they ever gonna see. Miss me with that wash shit. At least they got to a point in their careers where you could say they washed. Because if you washed after you done had a successful career, so what? This man right here ain't never got to fight again for me. And I'm cool with everything he's done. I appreciate it because I know I can only imagine how hard it was for Errol Spence to snatch up 3 belts, drinking, partying, clubbing, not living the lifestyle, damaging his body, and he still fell 1 belt shy of undisputed, and it took the best fighter in all of boxing to beat him. Miss me with that weird-ass talk. That's what's wrong with our boxing fans. We quick to talk about when we're not up, when they're not doing well. Let's talk about how great he was. Errol Spence at the top of his game is absolutely one of the best fighters in the game. I don't want to hear that weird ass shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Matter of fact, let me pack your weird ass up, man. Let me send you on your way. You might have stumbled to the algorithm. You might be lost in the algorithm today. This channel don't represent tearing down boxing. I don't care who don't like it, who don't rock with it. This is how I give it up. I don't want to hear about how everybody is washed and Al Heyman is. Shut up. Shut up. You show me the men that you put in position to change their lives and their families' lives. And then I'll let you have an opinion on who's washed and how they done and their careers is over with. I don't want to hear that shit. This man been playing with house money since he got thrown from that, what was it, a Ferrari he was driving? Miss me with that weak ass shit. He arguably shouldn't even had another fight since being thrown from that damn car. Matter of fact, had he been wearing a seatbelt, he wouldn't even be here to have had none of these fights. Shut that weak ass shit up. That's what I think. And yeah, the injuries and, you know, the outside the ring shit is self-inflicted. But listen, he human. We make mistakes all the time, bro. Errol Spence got tossed from that car. He could have hung it up right there and he would have had a successful career. The man came back, gave us several fights, snatched titles all the way up until undisputed and fell short there. It's nothing. There's no way I'm ever going to look at that man and be like, yeah, man, he washed. I don't even want to think like that. If it's over with, it's over with. But I'm going to enjoy the run that he gave us. He had one of the best welterweight runs that I watched. Dominating shit, beating guys' ass, went to the UK, all the good fights that he gave us. That's how I call boxing, bro. I don't want to point out all the shit that's bad. This man arguably should have been done after being tossed from a car. Then had the nerve to get in another car accident. You talking about torn retinas. The man was in the ring with cataracts. All this shit just to give people the fights that they said they wanted. The man fought Terrence Crawford knowing damn well he probably shouldn't have gotten that ring with that man. He still did it. And that's how we choose to talk about him. Let's tell everybody how washed Errol Spence. I don't like you boxing fans, bro. I don't. I really don't. We got the worst fans in all the sports, bro. Boxing. The American fan base that everybody brag about so much. American boxing this, American boxing that. Our fans fucking suck, and I'm standing on it. Every time, I don't remember the last time one of our fighters lost like a Nick Ball and we got behind him like that. I don't remember the last time, bro. I do not remember the last time. I don't. The minute Errol Spence lost to Terrence Crawford, we threw him away. You can't make this shit up. We got the worst fans in all of boxing, bro. I swear. The American fans, bro. Y'all will rock with a guy all the way up until they lose their first fight, and all of a sudden they ain't shit no more. I really don't like nobody that look at boxing that way. I really don't. Shout out to the Queen Lisa. How you feeling today? Good Sunday to everybody in the building. We still got 90 people in the building. Hit that like button. I don't care. I ain't going for no negative. No boxing slander. My platform going to represent something different, bro. We don't do boxing slander over here, bro. We don't want to talk about how people watch. That's not the conversation, bro. What we going to talk about is that Errol Spence looking in great shape and he possibly could be coming back. That's what we on. Hey, if he come back, I love it. I'm tuning in. Take my money now for Errol Spence. I don't give a damn if it was a pay-per-view. I'm paying for it. The man gave us the fights like he said he was. Tooth and nail to get undisputed. Negotiations fell apart and then came back together. He made sure he gave the people that fight. As a fan of this sport, I'm very satisfied with what Errol Spence gave me as a fan, bro. I'm very satisfied. I ain't got no reason to complain. I don't want to hear about how he washed. He rich as hell. He rich as hell. That's what he is. He rich as hell. Talk about that. He rich as hell. So when you don't forget to mention that part when you talk about how washed he is. He lost going out making the most money he's ever made in his career. Don't forget to mention Al Heyman was part of that too. Y'all people make me sick, man. I'm telling you, we do not support our own after we lose. And that's why I'm just do boxing for real. Win, lose, or draw. If you going out there giving it your all and you fall short, that's just part of life, bro. You could go through life every day giving it your all and you take losses. You think these men can't lose in a boxing ring? Come on, man. Washed up. All the Al Heyman fighters, man, shut up. A lot of them OG fighters that you're talking about, rich, you know what I'm saying, and sitting somewhere probably spending money. Every time, the last time we seen Errol Spence before this video, he was somewhere with sand in his toes. You get what I'm saying? Getting massages and all types of shit. Don't forget to mention that if he never comes back to the sport of boxing, he is by far one of the most successful and most paid. Get what I'm saying? And he was one of the biggest stars at the top of his game, drinking and all that. Errol Spence was beating asses, clubbing, getting bit, and still beating asses. You get me? Much respect to this man, man. I respect Errol Spence, man. Shout out to Kev at Justice Duke. Talk your ish, homie. Appreciate the love, my guy. Shout out to Kevin, man. I just listen, it's just nothing that burns me up more than people that watch boxing to be negative, yo. I don't watch it for that. It's entertainment. So I don't watch it to point out all the shit that's wrong. Like, we talk about it within conversation, but when it comes to speaking about the talent, the athletes, we don't do a good job at explaining and educating people as to what's really going on. Yeah, you would talk about these dudes' shortcomings, but they ain't gonna tell you all the fights that he won. He ain't gonna tell you all the asses that he whooped. They was called at a point in time, the dude was snatching eyeballs, bro. Errol Spence was snatching eyeballs, bro. I ain't gonna never forget that. That big fish shit, that was fun, bro. Him and Crawford, the whole build up, that shit was fun, man. I'm gonna always love him for that. Y'all weird as hell, bro. Y'all weird as hell, and I'm telling you, I'm standing on this. When people come into a chat, I don't care who they are, and all they got is negativity to offer, they're unhappy people, bro. I'm telling you, it's deeper than boxing. Boxing is where the most unhappiest people in the world come to like unload their shit talking. They come here, they talk crazy to the host, they talk shit about fighters that they couldn't last 30 seconds in the ring with. Like, why is that part of the game? Why can't we, as boxing fans, educate, speak, build the fighters up, and speak about the sport like we wanted to grow? But we don't care because we rather just have our little funky ass opinions. Errol Spence, whoever dude was, Errol Spence to beat you up right now, you, your daddy, every male in your family, all y'all. Think about that before you talk about he washed up. Even with him being washed up, he still whoops your ass and everybody you know. Get out of here with that weak ass shit, bro. Shout out to, and matter of fact, Errol Spence, I hope he don't come back. And this is why I'm about to get to this. And I'm going to play this video, y'all. Why I hope he don't come back, because they don't even fucking appreciate you. Terrence Crawford, don't ever box again unless it's an exhibition for a shit ton of money where you can laugh your way to the bank. They don't appreciate you, bro. The fans that's supposed to represent you and hold you in high regard because you're dedicating your life to the sport and you doing it the right way, Man, don't ever come back. These people don't rock with you. And think about it. Terrence Crawford lived a different life than Errol Spence. We're not knocking Errol, but you going to shit on Errol. Terrence Crawford is the opposite of him, and they still shit on him. And he took it all the way to the end, 42-0, snatching shit undisputed multiple times, and they still shit on him. Those kind of people don't belong having no kind of comment on the sport of boxing. I promise you they don't. Them people need to be packed up immediately. Go watch tennis. Go watch like pro wrestling, whatever it is that y'all into. Go watch some shit where you could just be miserable all day and complain about the product that's out there. I don't like y'all, man. And they watched that. Al Heyman. Al Heyman changed a lot of lives, bro. He changed a lot of lives. I'm not trying to say he perfect, but he did a lot for a lot of people, and I think that's why a lot of people thank him the way they do. I'm not hearing everybody throwing that man under the bus. Why should I do it? You get me? You know what I'm saying? How many fighters have been responsible and worked with this guy and been paid because of it? But all we're going to look at is when somebody washed up, man. Errol Spence told you his lifestyle is the reason that, you get what I'm saying, he in the situation he into. You get what I'm saying? Ain't got shit to do with Al Heyman. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Kevin, appreciate the love, man. We going to keep building, man. We got some.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Big shout out and much love to the queen, always supporting in a huge way. Lisa, continue representing the sport, always supporting in a big way with the huge $100 donation in the Cash App. Support the grind. Don't have the queen just supporting by herself. Big shout out to the queen, Lisa, always coming through, supporting the grind.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Living better than they ever lived, right? Every time you see him, he on vacations. He a soccer dad. The man out there enjoying his kids, bro. But we'll overanalyze when he got beat by Terrence Crawford like it wasn't the best fighter in the world beating his ass. Come on, man. Much respect to Errol Spence. If you Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, I would not come back to a sport that's been as ungrateful as what some of these fans been to these two dudes. And they like polar opposites in how they live and move from what we understand, and y'all still hated on them. So if you don't like Errol Spence and you hate Terrence Crawford, I don't get it. You hate Terrence Crawford but love Errol Spence, shit don't make sense, man. Support these dudes, bro. Ain't shit easy about going 12 rounds with nobody. Ain't shit easy about snatching undisputed 3 times, being a champion in 5 divisions. Ain't shit easy about that. Ain't shit regular about nothing Errol Spence was doing. And he did all this shit while he was drinking, bro. Missed me with that. He beat y'all asses while he was sipping, bro. He really the man to me. If you ask me, Errol Spence is really the man, bro. He really the man. He said, clip the facts, does do what you do. Appreciate you, bro. Much love, Cat. Appreciate the love, man.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I'll say this, right? I'll say this last thing, and I'm gonna play this video. I get that passionate about it because this about the only sport that I'm watching as much as I watch where I can enjoy it the way I do. And I found I did some homework of my own, and I realized to myself, like, the only time I'm not enjoying boxing is when I'm talking it with people that don't really like it or entertaining people that don't really watch it. Other than that, when you really talking to somebody that really support this shit, it's a good conversation. It's a good build. You in, you out, you learn some shit, have some fun, you talk a little bit of shit, you get out the way, man. But all that toxic, tear down the sport, as soon as somebody lose, let's talk about how he'll never be good again. Like, man, shut up, man. I take L's every day in life, bro. I know how hard it is to win, bro. So just on any level, let alone being a damn world-class boxer, man. But let's get into this, man. This is Errol Spence's response to Jermell Charlo.
You guys go at it many times. What'd you think about that?
I mean, Canelo gone, Terrence gone, so, who else is going to get a big payday from? So I think that's the only reason he called me out, because everybody know how to spar and win. His coach Jerry James know how to spar and win. everybody who's in the gym know how to spar with. So, hey man, he wants some money.
What about Furman and Honduras, DJ? What do you think about that matchup?
Yeah, whoever get whoever first. If Thurman didn't want them wide overhands and hooks, it might be Thurman. But Honduras been doing a good job of every jab and keep the distance. So he jab, keep the distance, and kick them apart. I feel like Honduras throw a lot of punches. He'll break, keep Thurman down over time.
I asked Roy about you competing against those guys the other day here, and Roy's like, absolutely. I mean, you and Keith were always chasing Keith back in the day.
Yeah, Keith in that fight.
Yeah. Frank, man, you look good.
Frank's back in the ring in a couple weeks. How excited are you to see him back? Frank's back in the ring in a couple weeks. How excited?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. You know, he's staying active, staying busy. He's exciting. He's active and he's fighting a real, decent punk. He's pretty good. What's kind of had trouble with him? What's the guy named that trouble?
Did you hear Albright? Albright, his opponent? Is that who you're asking?
Yeah, Albright.
He gave Keyshawn a tough fight.
Yeah, he gave Keyshawn a tough fight. So.
Man, Cap. I'm tired of that. Cap. Man, I don't even like saying that because I leave that for the young kids. Albright did not give Keyshawn Davis a tough fight. If y'all didn't watch that fight live, please go try to search for it, see if you could find it. He arguably won 2 rounds out of 10. If that's giving somebody a tough fight, well, damn. You know how many more tough fights we seen in that one? People got to understand something. We're going to get back to the video. It's a difference between competitive and close and tough, right? You can compete for 10 rounds every round, but if you lose 8 of them, the scorecards is not going to be that close. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what that was. Albright had a couple of moments. I won't take that from him. He's a scrappy kid. He Philly bred. He got it in him. He can fight, period. Both of the Albright brothers, they both can fight. You know what I'm saying? So can't take that from him. But Keyshawn just on something different. He didn't even have Bomac. That's when he had the pink, what is like the pink and black and white he was wearing in the ring. He arguably lost 2 rounds. He got clipped with a good shot where he might have got buzzed a bit, tied up. He got right back to it. He didn't lose no more than 2 rounds. If that's a tough fight, I don't know what the hell I was watching. I was watching it with no bias, no nothing. Albright competed every step of the way because if you know Albright, you know he's a scrappy kid and he can fight. He ain't just scrappy, he can fight. So Keyshawn Davis had his work cut out for him. If you can't tell that he could fight, you see how well he did against Kelvin, Keyshawn's brother, right? So he can fight, but he was never in control of that fight. Keyshawn was never in any position of losing the fight. So I don't know how well a guy could have did if they was never in control. Did he have moments? Absolutely. Did he compete? Absolutely. Is that a kind of fight where you lose, you hang your head? No, because you fought back. You competed. Keyshawn was just better than you, right? It's not an embarrassing loss, but he held it down, bro. That wasn't a close fight. But shout out to Albright. Him and Frank Martin, I think, is going to be a great fight.
Good tester, Marcus.
Both you and Frank were calling out Hitchens immediately after Frank's last performance. Hitchens is the co-main on that card. Could we see maybe both get past?
I mean, he said he's going to fight him next at the Georgia.
For Frank and 40. I mean, you mentioned Keyshawn. They've gone back and forth, Frank and Keyshawn, for years.
Yeah.
Is that a fight of 40 you want to see if Keyshawn stays at 40?
I mean, we'll see.
Appreciate it.
Hey, good.
So shout out to Big Fish, Errol Spence, man. He was responding to Charlo, basically saying Charlo wants some money. Notice he didn't say he need money, right? Said he wants some money because ain't a lot of big fights out there. You know what I'm saying? And Charlo coming off that Canelo fight. We seen him say something about, did he say 10 million or something to fight Boots? He did. He did start talking about some money. So which Spence saying ain't really wrong. Ain't really all point. That would be a true statement in my eyes. Charlo looking for a big fight. I think if he can get one, if he can't, maybe you'll see him back. Maybe you won't. I don't know. But remains to be seen, bro. I don't know, bro. I like if Errol Spence could come back. If he can, I truly understand. You know what I mean? Shout out to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Just Do Boxing, in the building. I said, my good people, did I hear Keyshawn name? Look, I be cooking for 4 hours straight, y'all. If I don't say Keyshawn, you won't see it. As soon as you say Keyshawn, there go Mama Do in the back. Keyshawn, speaking of Keyshawn, he just got saved today, right? Real quick, segue over to Keyshawn. Right. Okay, T. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to speak on this. Baptized. My bad. Did I say the wrong thing? My apologies, y'all. Baptized. I don't know, man. The businessman look like he locking in, look like stuff coming together in his life. He going to be on this Holyfield wave. I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all remember when Holyfield used to come out to that gospel and beat people's ass? I know I'm not the only one that remember Holyfield used to play the gospel, like the church music at the ring walls and beat your ass. He's showing about to be prayed up, beating the hell out your favorite fighters. He about to be prayed up, beating the hell out your favorite fighters, giving all the glory of God after every win. Boy, y'all gonna get tired of him. The businessman, the amazing, bro. I love it. Love to see it, bro. It looked like the moves that he made since I think it was June 7th, blowing the weight with the De Los Santos fight. It seemed like every move that he's made, from what I can see, like from what I can see him doing, is in an effort to provide structure and get his career back on the path that he had it, and then even better. So it's still early. I think the Jermaine Ortiz fight was the start of some great things to come. Anytime you get in there with the best opposition that you faced to date and you completely shut them out and stop them, something that they've never had happen to them, and they've been in there with world-class talent like Teofimo Lopez and Vasil Lomachenko. Anytime you could stop a guy that's been in the ring and went 12 rounds with both of those guys arguably beating one of the two, and the one of the two that he beat is the one that beat the other guy. So Keyshawn Davis showed his ass. You know, on that co-main with the Teo and Shakur fight. So I think sky's the limit for him. I think he got a really good team in place. I think he got people that they all seem like they share the same goal. They all pushing each other forward. That's what you want to see. You want to see that he's back where he left off, probably even better. You know what I'm saying? He got to do a camp with somebody that he look at as a brother in Shakur Stevenson. I know that motivated him, helped push him. And I think we've seen one of the best versions of Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying? I think we got a lot more coming for us. So whether it's at 140 or 147, I think we'll see some really great things out of him, man. I think we'll see some great things for Key. I really do. Good to see. But let's keep going, man. Let's keep rolling. Something I wanted to get into. I just seen a video of my guy, Roy Jones, and Roy was making a pick, and the only reason I'm covering this is because of his reasoning for the pick, right? I haven't wanted to talk much Tank Davis with him being out the mix, so it's not really so much about him, but he's to do with the fight that Roy was breaking down between the two, and he hit on something that I've been saying for quite some time, and as to, you know, why he could potentially win or not win this fight, right? If they were to line it up. And then we're going to get into something with Chris Algieri talking about the guy that he thinks can dethrone Shakur. So we're going to get into it. I got a couple clips. Y'all know I'm the clip king, so we got to get to it, man. But let me pull this up real quick for y'all, man. It's always a good conversation. I just wish that, you know, the situation wasn't what it was, and Tank was firmly, you know, still on the chessboard, so to speak, right? Without him being, you know, active, and, you know, it just, the conversations don't hit the same, right? It almost seemed like you picking, you know what I mean, in a sense. But it's fair game when you had the right kind of conversation, right? I think anytime you see somebody win the kind of fight the way and the fashion that Shakur won, and it's a big fight, I think you naturally start thinking about all the other big fights that they could be in and how would they look if they fought this guy or that guy. And that's all it is. You know what I mean? Some people have used this situation with Gervonta Davis to kind of, kick him while you down kind of thing. And it's a good form type of thing, but I ain't know if that kind of energy, that's weak. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always said, I hope everything works out and all parties involved in their favors and they're able to move forward and continue living life, man. But let's get to that. I had 2 videos from Roy. I forget which one was it that he was talking about. So y'all got to pardon me. Bear with me. I forget which one was which, but you can get it, man.
You can see him right here, the legend, the Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever do it, Roy Jones Jr. How you doing, Roy?
Doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. You're back in Dallas, and we're here at your new gym, and we're going to get into it here because this is amazing what you're doing. Just got a quick tour. But listen, man, we got some boxing to talk about.
Right.
I just told you I listened to your podcast with Andre Ward, the Hall of Game, but the fight last weekend, Shakur Teofimo, did we just see the making of a future all-time great?
I think we did. I think Shakur definitely showed that he's going to be on that list very soon. Four division champion already. They're looking to get more. Show that he has all the tools, all the tactics. Stay cool under pressure. Proved a lot of things. Took a good fighter and took him to school. And that's what great fighters do. So it's like, you got to give him his props. Excellent outcome. Headshots out to Teofimo too for taking a fight at that risk at that time in his career because that was a high risk for Teofimo. He knew what he was getting himself into, I think. But for him to take that still said a lot about him. So yeah, I think we just saw the making of maybe boxing's future.
Now, the super fight that everyone's been wanting to see for years is Tank and Shakur. Now, at this point, it might be a fantasy fight with what Tank has going on outside the ring.
Yep.
But who wins that fight right now, in your opinion?
Right now, Shakur wins it because of his discipline. Because he showed against Teofimo that he can stay very disciplined all night. And he's the type of guy, he don't really do a lot of crazy stuff in his life normally. So it's like discipline is a thing that is not only exercised inside the ring, it's exercised also outside the ring. And as we see, sometimes Gervonta has problems with discipline. But we have never seen Shakur have problems with discipline. We've seen him be more disciplined at the right times than we've seen him not have discipline. So with the fight being like it is right now, I would lean towards Shakur because of his discipline, but don't get it twisted. If somebody could beat him, Tank Davis would be that person because of his intangibles. When Tank is disciplined and got his mind on right, Tank's a problem for anybody. Tank can fight better than most people think he can. Just that sometimes his outside antics get the better of him, and it makes people think less of him, but don't underestimate Tank Davis. If Tank is motivated and ready to fight, Tank is a problem for anybody.
Mm-hmm. We saw Conor Ben pop in the ring.
See, I like to hear it from people that approach the sport with respect instead of just shit talking, and that's what Roy did, because he didn't give a bias, take bias, meaning just get up here and because Shakur won, he just tell you, how Shakur can win. Now he telling you how, but then he also exploring if there's anybody that beats Shakur, that's Tank Davis. You get what I'm saying? He's mentally locked in. He's one of the toughest guys to deal with, and we've seen it. He's proven it. Locked in, it's a terror to deal with. You know what I mean? And he talked about the mental aspect, and I think that's where I think Shakur is his strongest. I think what people critique him for the heaviest, I think he has more than enough physicality, and I think he has respectable punching power where he's never at a detriment in those areas, right? He's never at that much of a deficit, should I say, when he's in the ring with somebody. But I think where he shines the brightest and his strongest asset is his brain. And I think fighters that are the smartest inside the ring, I think they go the farthest. One of the things we know about Floyd Mayweather, as well as that pretty nice undefeated 50-0 record, is that despite how the fights played out, he always showed you to be the smarter guy in the ring. And that's what I've always highlighted about Shakur. I'm always very realistic. I'm not going to tell you that there's no way he can lose. Guys are unbeatable. All these fighters can be beat. But I tell you that I think his strongest asset is something that not every fighter is going to have over him. And I think that's why he's in a position to be able to beat guys. And just think about what I'm saying. People felt like Teal had the stronger, the bigger, physically stronger, right? I heard people say more athletic, bigger puncher, right? But was he smarter mentally? And because he wasn't smarter mentally, he wasn't more locked in mentally, those physical advantages, they wasn't on display. They were like canceled out. And that's why I think you have to attack Shakur and beat him. And I say this, people keep focusing on physical. Oh, well, his hands get hurt and brittle hands, and he don't punch that hard, and he's not that strong. But you don't see people roughing him up, roughhousing him, throwing him around the ring. You don't see guys just running through his punches and, acting like it's nothing. You don't see that stuff, right? And you also don't see guys outthink him from round to round often. You just heard the stat, dude losing 1 out of every 10 rounds, 1 out of every 14. You get me? Like, that's ridiculous. So mentally, I think he'd be having an edge over guys, just being a smarter guy in the ring, processing information, making the smarter moves, limiting mistakes. That's an area where I feel like he consistently has an advantage over his opponents. And I feel like the mental edge is more important than the physical aspect of boxing. And if you don't believe me, most fighters will tell you boxing is mostly mental, more mental than anything else, right? So that saying applies there. With Core, is more mental than anything else. You'll focus on, him not being the biggest puncher, not being the strongest guy. But then before you know it, you down 3-4 rounds and you sitting here looking like, damn, I punch harder than him. I'm stronger than him, but that shit ain't on display. But you know what's usually on display every single time he fight? He's the smarter man. He got in there sick and injured against De Los Santos. De Los Santos, I don't know if to say he's physically stronger, but a harder puncher for sure. Was that on display for the most part? No, because from the mental standpoint, you couldn't outthink him, so you couldn't put yourself in position to make your power be a factor in the fight, and you end up just getting outboxed. You know what I mean? Outpointed. You get what I'm saying? So that's just something that I always agreed with, or I always talked about, and I agree with now hearing Roy say it. The mental edge or the mental aspect is where Shakur, I think, beats a lot of these guys. While they stuck on just the physical side of boxing, big and strong and, or just athleticism, he's beating you mentally, and people don't get it. And they still haven't caught up to that. So I hope they stay sleep for his whole career. Just keep talking about power and hands and stupid stuff like that. And he going to keep coming out here and showing you that shit don't matter as much as it do him being mentally strong. And that's where I think he wins his fights. You say, yo, clip that, the Keyshawn part, Keyshawn Holyfield. I'm telling you, hey, man, hey, Kevin, he going to be like that, bro. He going to be like that. He going to be like Holyfield, bro. He's going to be coming out to the gospel. He's going to be playing gospel music in the back rooms, coming out with a sense of calm over him, beating y'all asses and giving all glory to God. I'm telling y'all, Keyshawn about to get on y'all nerve in a whole different way. He about to be locked in, beating ass. At least that's what I think. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Shout out to K, man. Appreciate the love, homie. So he said Keyshawn Holyfield. That's
and
funny.
We ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to K. Appreciate the love, man. So let me play the rest of this clip, and then we're gonna get into this last joint. And I think that should leave time for y'all to all enjoy this good old Super Bowl and play the rest of what Roy had to say in this clip.
I'm calling him out 147. Now you got Devin Haney calling, raising his hand all of a sudden. What do those fights look like, and should he take those fights?
He's going to have to take some of them. You don't want to fight hard every fight out because you don't want to have to, if you don't have to. But when he's paying you $10 million to fight, you can fight whoever you fight out because you get paid. We didn't fight every fight out hard because no matter who we fought, they don't gonna pay us so much. So why we go fight 3 tough guys in a row when you gonna pay us like we fighting 3 regular fights in a row? Now he paying like you fighting 3 super fights in a row. That's what Turk brings to the table. So you can go fight 3 super fights in a row. And to be honest with you, that fight he just had was a good fight, but he didn't take no punishment. And as long as he can keep it like that, he can fight whoever he want to fight every time he wants. Because Turk giving him the money to fight big fights every time. Why not fight a big fight every time? He's making it so easy. He's not taking punishment. Look at him today. He looks like nothing happened to death.
Right.
The day after the fight, he let nothing happen to him. So it's like, why can't he keep fighting? He ain't getting hurt. If he was having a rough night with black eyes and bruised ribs and stuff, then you got to not fight some of those kind of fights. But nobody can push him to that point yet. So he can fight whoever he needs to fight.
What would him and Devin look like in the ring?
That's a good fight because the good thing about all these kids nowadays is most of them have sparred one another and they know each other pretty good. So with them knowing each other like that, they're going to be competitive matches because they've already sparred. They know what they're looking for. Coming up in the amateurs, that's what costs a lot of guys because they go to those amateur camps and they spar with all these other guys. But one day y'all will be pro. A lot of y'all will be in the same weight class. And it's like, to be honest with you, the biggest fight for Shakur right now will either be Tank, Devin, or if they weren't such close friends, it would have been Keyshawn. But they're too close to friends to fight now, so it's like, hey, boxing never gonna get that fight.
Right.
But that's the fight. That's a fight we would have wanted to be able to see. But nowadays, everybody, and it's like that because of social media. So many people are like cooler now that it's like it's not like it was. So some of the good fights we won't get to see because they are cool or they friends, or like two Klitschko's. They were brothers. We never were gonna get to see them fight each other because they were brothers. So it's like, sometimes we don't get the better fights because of things like that. But Shakur versus anybody is gonna be a good fight because Shakur is so disciplined and he's so good. So him with any of the top names is gonna be a good fight. You don't need to fight Keyshawn. You got so many other people you can fight with the Tank Davises of the world. With the Devin Haney's of the world, so it's a lot of fights out there to be fought. And with that being said, he's going to get a chance to prove if he's the best of them.
Yeah, you don't have the bad blood type of fights like we did back in your day.
I don't have those.
Like Oscar, Fernando, but listen, you're a guy that went all the way up to heavyweight, won a title, and then came back down. Should Shakur stay at 140? We just talked about 147, go back to 135. He's 28 years old.
He's young enough to go back to 140, 135 if he wants, because he didn't gain a lot of weight. It was just 5 pounds. I went from 175 to basically 200 pounds of muscle. That's 25 pounds of muscle.
Right.
At 34 years old. Then I pulled all the muscle back off, which I knew I
Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, L-Dub. This is why I call my guy the plug, the fax machine, and all that good stuff, man. For shit like this. Roy chose not to fight Jermell when they was both champs in the same division because they were friends. Hey, Dub. Comments like this, man, because I wouldn't even thought to bring nothing up like that. I wouldn't even thought about that. But you know that saying, there's no friends in boxing, right? There's no friends. That shit is bullshit. That's for them new boxing fans. People always been cool in boxing, and people have even since before I was watching this shit. You can go back to, I think, what was it, the Murderers Row? Them guys and certain guys not fighting each other for certain reasons in politics, and the certain Sugar Ray Robinsons not fighting certain people because of this or that. Like, people are full of shit when they say that. It ain't no friends in boxing. And I got too many examples from since even before I was watching this shit where people were cool and not fighting each other because of it. Knock it off. At the end of the day, I'll say this. If I can be super successful, make all the money I'm making, for example, with the fight that we're talking about the most, Shakur and Keyshawn, if I can do exactly what Shakur is doing without putting hands on a guy that I've seen at his lowest point, and I've been there with him at his highest point. If I can be successful, make the most money I'm making, become a star in my own right in the sport, well respected when I hang them up without beating up and putting hands on somebody that I genuinely rock with, I'm going to do it. If my road and path through success possibly leads through me fighting my brother, then maybe it's a whole different conversation. If the only way I'm able to get the most out of my career is if I have to fight the guy that I rock with, then maybe we got to sit down and have us a conversation. If the only way for either of us to get to the top is through each other, and that's what people just have to understand as it pertains to that particular fight. They're super successful without having to fight each other. Unless that changes, or the dynamic of the relationship change, I don't think we'll ever see. And I just think people still asking about it and trying to make it seem like they less than or they soft and not wanting to fight each other is sucker energy. As a matter of fact, in a world where all you're going to do is get criticized for something, even though you've explained it over and over and you still willing to stand on your square no matter what these people say, I respect it. And meanwhile, you willing to fight everybody else, just not this one guy, but everybody else can get it. I ain't tripping. Al Booger, what it do, homie? Tyson say he would never fight Riddick Bowe. You might be right, yo. That's why Roy is a GOAT. Yeah, Roy a GOAT for sure. Roy definitely always gonna be one. But let me see something. One more thing we got to get into. And I see, hey Jordan, I see what you sent me. I'ma save it for tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that. That's what I'll do, being that a couple of y'all sent it to me, Jordan. So I got it, screenshot it, man. I'm gonna say that for tomorrow. I'm gonna get into this this interview from Chris Algieri and what's buddy name? I forgot dude name. But it was a good conversation that they was having, and they was talking about, who could beat Shakur Stevenson after this performance. Is there 8 fighters in boxing that could beat him and stuff like that? So we're going to get to it. Yeah, I ain't going to forget. Anytime y'all see something that y'all want me to talk about, anybody that's in here that genuinely supports, send it to me. I'll get to it. I'll make it part of the show, and we can talk about it. Anything y'all see that's worth talking about that y'all might not see that I cover, y'all want to talk about, send it to me, and we're going to build on it. And people who criticize Corey Keyshawn for not fighting because they're friends are not supportive of Franchon versus Carissa, who fighting, and they are. Yo, I'm telling you, they can make sense, bro. Telling you, it's just selective outrage, dub. They don't really be mad. They just want a reason to be. They want a reason. Like, think about it, dub. Them dudes perform too well in both of their fights for the conversation to be long about how they suck, right? So people are looking for other reasons, like maybe the pay-per-views didn't do good, if it's really not a sellout, and just any little thing that they can focus on to try to make those two look like less than because they won't fight each other. It's the weirdest shit ever. It's the weirdest thing ever. And it just goes to show you that you got people in the world that'll do anything for money. You know what I'm saying? Anything for money. You know what I'm saying? I can shout out to Al Booger. I can see if the only way I can make $1 million or be the best I can possibly be is fighting my brother, man. We're going to have to talk about that. If they offering us career or life-changing money to get down with each other, that, hey, bro, we might have to think about that. You hear me? We might have to second guess that. So that's all. You know what I mean? Oh, this is it. Crazy, man. It's crazy. I got you, Jordan. We definitely going to talk about that. Listen, man, he got options, Jordan.
Oh,
my bad.
Rough night for him and his dad.
Like this. Yeah, man, he got options, man. Everybody talking about fighting him. Dudes talking about going back down to fight him. That sounds like he got some options to me. My bad, y'all. Oh, shit. That's why it wasn't there. I didn't do it. My bad, y'all. All right. We'll get through it. There we go. Ain't no love in boxing, my pain. If it makes sense, it can happen. Listen. I inside where you're coming from. Dan Kenobi. I understand exactly what you're saying, but think about what you're saying, JP. Ain't no love in boxing. But if I asked you, right, based on what you know about them, what they put out there publicly about their relationship, would you say that there's love between them two? So think about it. There ain't really no love in boxing, but then you got two people that's like, man, I done seen bro at his lowest point, and you there for him. I done seen him at his highest point, and you there for him. You done seen him hit another low, and you there for him. Back up to another high, and you there for him. It's just certain people that you don't want to have to lay a hand on if you don't have to. And it's something about them respecting each other enough, despite what people are criticizing, not to fight each other. It's like they standing for something, and they not gonna let people knock them off their square. But they've also said, if y'all want to see that shit that bad, won't y'all pay us? And you're gonna pay us some unrealistic amount of money, or we ain't gonna do it. and that kind of kills it. So I think in a sport that you're speaking on, where you're right, it's not a lot of love. Everybody in it for what they can gain and get out of the next person, right? But with them two, they took a liking to each other for whatever reason. And Shakur kind of took him up under the wing. He's the reason that the Olympic coaches looked at him, helped him get the career started. Stuff like that. That's a brother. That's not somebody you want to beat up. That's somebody you want to see do well. And I can respect that. So again, if it got to a point in his career where he couldn't move forward without that fight, then me as a fight fan, I would ask for them. I would be looking at them like, hey, man, y'all might need to sit down and think about that. But it's not the case. And I think Saturday, well, should I say not this past Saturday, the weekend in which they fought, I think that was an indication, bro, of what I'm speaking of, JP, that they can fight on the same card and they don't have to fight each other and they can be successful doing it. That's why I think they win at, right? That's why I think is the biggest difference of the dynamic about the relationship. They don't have to fight each other and they can still make money and be successful. Especially they can coexist in the same weight class or operate in different weight classes. You know what I'm saying? But I respect two men standing on a square despite people criticizing them for it. But let's get into this. I think both of their names is Chris, I think. I forget buddy name over here, so pardon me, but we all know Chris Algieri. They was having a good conversation and they was talking about, after this performance, is it naming a guy that can beat Shakur, but they had a good build on this. We
stripped him. I think ultimately this is what was going to happen anyway. It just didn't have to have all this bad press.
Right. Usually they have more time. They have more time.
There should be a grace period. There should be a
way longer grace period than 48 hours. Come on, especially after you defended the title and followed all the rules 7 months ago. All right, enough with that. Let's get into the fun stuff here. So we come up with this thought process.
And that was them, Chris and Dan. Appreciate you, man. Damn, man. Aunt McQueen, the professor, my dog, Dan, and Chris. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm all wrong. But yeah, they had a good conversation, and they also talked about how it was nasty work for the WBC to strip him, especially months after he already paid y'all for the Zepeda fight. And y'all try to get more money. Nasty work. I'm glad Shakur learned a thing or two from Bud and stuck it to him. And that's one more thing I wanted to say. Y'all, once you cross that line, the relationship will probably never be the same. Hey, Lisa, you are 1,000,000% right. How do I know you right? Because Shakur said the same thing. He said it. He said, our relationship won't be the same after they fight. Floyd and Zab was cool. They ended up fighting. Zab said it. He said they ain't not that they beefing, it's mutual respect, but their relationship would never be the same because they crossed that line. They went there. So you're 1,000,000% right. You're right. And I think in a sport where it's all grimy and you don't have a lot of love and it's not a lot of solid friendships, when you find one that you gravitate to, you like, hey man, young and like that. He done explained it too much to me. I don't need no more explaining. He done said it. Dude is like that. He like his energy, his attitude. And he just want to see him do well. And that's not somebody that you want to put hands on. You know what I'm saying? So I respect it. But let's get to this, man. Dan and Chris had a good conversation there about this, man. Let's get to it.
Thought experiment. We're going to give you, Chris found 8 fighters ranging from 135 to 147. These are the 8 fighters he thinks have the best chance to defeat Shakur Stevenson. Not saying that he thinks they could. I believe Shakur's the favorite over all of them. I don't know where you stand on that. And we ranked them from best to least.
Real quick, he was capping. Shout out to the homie Reef. He just said recently, bro. He said, "Nah, we not about to start that narrative that I'm fighting Shakur." He was like, "Nah, I fight these other guys. They don't want to fight him because they rock with him, man. It's mutual respect, man. And plus, man, that shit ain't no easy path to travel. You ain't just getting there and be cool. Shit you have your work cut out for you."
Likely.
Likely. That's right. The terminology that I'm struggling with.
Most likely to least likely able to secure a victory over Shakur. Meanwhile, making the top 8 is a big deal because it was very hard for one.
Yeah, I named 8 fighters out there. I got beat Shakur right now.
I'm about doing this.
It's a conversation. It ain't no wrong.
Give me the 8 guys that could beat Shakur Stevenson. I'm like, there's not 8 guys in the world.
Africa was like, hold up, man.
So my first question was, are we talking all time or right now? Because that's my thought process is there's not 8 guys who can beat him. So are we thinking all time in the history of the?
And look, I don't think Chris wrong. Chris said, damn, are we talking all time? Like, that's high praise, man. We talking about, is it 8 fighters all time that could beat him versus the ones right now? Is it 8 active fighters right now that could beat Shakur Stevenson? Chris and Dan is like, nah, I don't think so.
I'm not a voice note guy. I was about to send the voice note and really explain the nitty gritty of it, but I gave you my list as
I knew where you
example.
were coming with it.
Yeah,
So.
because there is really no one out there. I think right now that can beat him, but we are human, and it can have a bad night. There are styles that could frustrate Shakur Stevenson. There are styles that could beat Shakur Stevenson, and I kept 135 in there. This is before the stripping of the belt. Because, you know, he is a lightweight. He fought there just recently. 140 is where he's at now. I don't know if you can stay
Guys
there.
Can move up too.
And he's
35 pounds can move up.
And he's also talked about fighting at 147, albeit with rehydration clauses, which I don't really like. But Shakur's world, we're living in it. All right, start with number 8. Who do you have at number 8?
Lamont Roach. I think that he is a very good boxer puncher and has shown himself to be very capable at the highest of levels. You know, the Gervonta Davis fight, there's been so much talk about Gervonta and Shakur over the years, and we essentially all watched Lamont.
For the record, bro, respectfully, just off of what I've seen, you can't count Lamont Roach out against nobody. But if I had to take a pick early in the fight, you know, do I got him beating Shakur? I would favor Core over him, naturally, just because of what they shown me in the boxing ring. But Lamont Roach has shown the ability to raise his level where you can't count him out. So he a live dog, if anything. He ain't just no walk in the park for nobody.
Came out with it, albeit that he got a draw. Very, very capable. Showed himself that he can deal with a lot of different things and issues. He broke his hand in the Cruz fight, which is a very difficult guy to deal with one hand. And he actually got better after the hand break. So yeah, Lamont's one of those guys. He can do a lot of really good things. And I think just stylistically.
And lastly, I got the clip for that. Too. Remember the clip that they put on, because it's a whole thread on Twitter. I had to ignore somebody because he kept talking about this 25% shit. They really won't leave it alone. That's why I think one of the greatest PR moves that Team Haney has pulled to this day, Jordan, is offering 25%, because it got so many of their fans confused. Like, they thought it was real. They like, yeah, man, he should have just took it. And it's like, bro, y'all some real idiots, man. Brian versus Shakur in the Canelo card would be cool. Hey, man, KJ, don't do too much, huh? KJ, that's my son name too. KJ, don't do too much. KJ do too much is crazy, because that's my son in a nutshell. He be doing too much sometimes. Nah, shout out to KJ, but it would be a dope card. We're gonna talk about the Ryan and Core shit tomorrow for sure. I got the little clip from Mill City. I got the tweet from Shakur. We're gonna break it down.
Quick-handed, durable position fighter like Lamont Roach is someone that could tangle with a guy like Shakur, who's, you know, such a sublime boxer.
He can make it rough. He could box. He can mix it up. He can do both. Problem, he's 5'7".
Yeah,
he's 5'7" with a 68-inch reach. And I have all the reaches of all these fighters because I think that's such a very important part of the equation here, and I'm beating Shakur. He's also been talking with Shakur about making this fight. Shakur is open to making it. Seems like something they agreed upon, or at least verbally. But that's a good choice. And you like that at 135 or 140?
40. I don't think we see Shakur at 35 anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But for the thought experiment here, I added 135. All right, number 7.
Alberto Puello, the Dominican. Very tall, very awkward.
Man, see, I like this conversation because, see, they having a real boxing conversation. It's not a bunch of slander. It's not a bunch of rhetoric. It's not a bunch of, he said this and then he said that in that interview and he ain't this. And it's just real boxing. Hey, man, let's make a list of 8 guys that can probably possibly beat this kid, because he looked phenomenal a couple weekends ago. So he gonna be a tough guy to beat. Not saying he's unbeatable. Styles make fights. Anybody can have an off night, him included. But just for what it is, looking at it from an X's and O's standpoint, skill for skill, you know, talent for talent, he's not an easy guy to deal with. And that's what they examine. And they got Alberto Puello as a potential guy, because look, once you add 40, you can fight them all. And Puello beat Gary Antoine And people feel like Gary Antoine the best 140.
I didn't think much of him until he fought Gary Antoine Russell, and he showed how disruptive he could be. Did the same thing with Matias. Very, very close fight. A lot of people thought that Puello won that fight. Puello could easily be undefeated right now because that is his only loss. It was a split decision to Matias, who's a brutal puncher, but it really shut him off. So, but more than anything, I don't know. I think the trickiness and the height gives him a shot to make it interesting to a degree. And, I think of the Nakatila fight, which was not a good fight, but Shakur was kind of.
I got to call cap on that, bro. I got to call cap, and I don't even like saying that word. I just got to call BS on that, right? I'm so tired of hearing about that Nakatila fight. I'm telling you, one day, one night, man, Ant did the breakdown. I meant to kind of go over his breakdown on the live stream when we just on a Sunday like this one day. Bro, I have never heard a 12 zip be labeled like a bad night for anybody. How in the hell is beating somebody every single round and dropping them twice, but getting credit for one of them a bad night? Do you know how? And I'm not trying to over exaggerate. I really need y'all to hear me. You don't lose a round, but the consensus is because you are so good and the bar is set so high, that's considered a bad night for you. Name me another fighter in the history of the sport that you heard pitch a shutout and it's still a bad night for them without losing a single round. That shit is crazy, and that's all based on them feeling like he can do more than what he did. It's crazy, bro. If 12 zip ain't enough, bro, nothing else will be. If 11-1 ain't enough at the highest level, nothing will ever be good enough. I'm telling you. It's going to always be a detractor. That is crazy, bro. 12 zip is considered a bad night, bro. You will never hear that about another fighter. You will never hear that. You will never hear it. Imagine Shop pitching a shutout like he just did against Cool Boy, respectfully. And I get up here, y'all, and I tell y'all that, yeah, man, Shock had a hard night. Y'all gonna be like, what fight did you watch? Y'all gonna be like, yo, you bugging. And that's the same way I feel about Nakatila, because he literally had next to no moments in that fight. He didn't have some moments where he landed really hard shots and got on. It wasn't that. It was just a fight. He got dominated, start to finish. But let's keep going.
Tentative that night because he had a tall, long guy who could punch a little bit. I think Puello's a lot better than Nakatila, but but you saw how the height could be an issue for him. And Puello's not slow, so he beat it in that case. For him, it's really just the fact that he looks like a praying mantis, and has that height and reach that can be difficult to deal with. For Shakur, who's a shorter guy,
5'9.5", 71-inch reach, according to Boxer has wins over Martin.
He's bigger than that.
He is. He's got win over Sandor Martin, Gary Antoine Russell. We just brought up the Matias split decision. All right, number 6.
40 is fun when you mix the names.
Richardson Hitchens. And if they didn't spar so much, I probably would have had Hitchens higher. But they spent a lot of time in the ring together. And Hitchens, another guy, tall, long, big for 140. Great.
You know
jab.
What they say. If you spar Shakur, he could beat you. That shit crazy. You heard what Chris said. He said, I would have had Hitchens higher if they ain't sparred so many rounds. Like, bro, they know each other now. I don't got him winning.
I don't think he has enough physicality
a hell of a fighter
to deal with Shakur. Because I think even we saw that in the Teofimo fight, Shakur is physically stronger than people give him credit for. So I think at the end of the day, Shakur's ability to fight at different ranges, whereas Hitchens is really a long-range guy, is the difference.
That's a fact,
I know so much about Hitchens, and the fact that they know so much about each other, I put Hitchens in down here. So he could easily be higher in the list.
5'10", 74-inch reach on Hitchens. Yes. Has a great jab.
He's big for 40.
Has a piston-like jab, but the problem with him is he just doesn't throw the right enough. He doesn't throw those power shots off. You need a hybrid. You need to be able to outbox Shakur at times, and you're also going to have to rough him up. I do think he could go jab for jab with him and fight on the outside all day with Shakur. But are you going to be precise enough to win 7 rounds?
Offense. You need a varied
offense. That's what I mean. That's why I have him down there too. What do you got? We're at number 5.
Speaking of varied offense and dynamic, Abdullah Mason.
It's crazy.
I think
it's crazy that they got Say what you want. I'm rubbing this shit in. I told y'all I wasn't shutting up. It's crazy that they sitting up here putting together a list of 8 fighters that they think could possibly beat Shakur. Is crazy. This shit is fun watching this shit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I'm having a ball watching this stuff.
And if he was older and more mature, I would have him even higher because I think stylistically, the things that he does are the things that could give Shakur issues. I just don't think he has it yet. And I think that fighting at the highest level, you need to have that experience. Shakur has more experience than any of these guys fighting in tip-top big fights at a very, very high level. I just don't think Mason has that experience yet, and that would be really the difference. But in terms of dynamic offense, he's got it. He's definitely got to work on.
Why Mason don't beat Shakur right now has nothing to do with physical. It's all mental to me. It's mental and it's experience. They don't have the experience and the mental makeup yet to beat a guy like that. That's sound defensively. If you were lured into fighting Sam Noakes' fight, Shakur Stevenson is gonna make you play chess in front of him. You're gonna play chess, and that's gonna play into his hands. I think right now it will be early for Abdullah. I think he can give anybody a great fight right now, but we ain't talking about just giving him a great fight. We're talking about beating these guys or being a favorite to beat these guys. I think he needs more experience. With a little more experience, bro, he already a problem. He gonna be even more of a problem. So the more experience Mason gets, the more he learns, the smarter he gets, the harder he is to beat and deal with. That dude is phenomenal. I like him. It's not much to not like about Mason. He like that. He get in there and fight. He got a chin. He got some dog grit, and he gonna go. And if you can't take what he dishing out, he getting you up out of there. So I love Mason's attitude and his approach to the game, and I love the team that he got behind him. I think you're right. I think you're right, Ant McQueen. I think you're right. I'm with you, Lisa. I don't think he's ready just yet. I just think he just a little early for him. And
his
not
defense,
by
a little
too
too
much.
porous. He gets hit a little too much. We saw in the Noakes fight.
Couple fights, 2-3 fights more.
But
Just get some
this is the kind of fight that I think a mature Abdullah Mason is a high IQ firefight.
He's interesting. You could put him number 1. You could put him number 2. But he slides because of the inexperience. He slides because of some of the defensive deficiencies. Age, right. Inexperience, age, deficiencies on defense. 74-inch reach for young Abdullah.
74-inch reach is crazy.
Hitchens, at least according to Box.
Abdullah Mason gonna be
he's someone that
years.
I had at number 4, so we were off by
Abdullah
just
Mason
one.
Gonna be
What's your number 4?
For years, y'all.
Morataya. I flip-flopped them. I was going back and forth on Morataya and Abdullah Mason. And the maturity was what got me over. And the fact that he looked so good against Andy Cruz. And Andy Cruz is such a high IQ guy. I didn't expect him. I thought he was going to use, he did use his physicality perfectly, but he also showed really technical class in that fight and was able to outwork and out-hustle and outsmart Andy Cruz in that fight. You know, if it wasn't for that, I would have had him behind Roach. I would have had him in the last place, honestly. But he looked so good against Andy Cruz, and that's a very difficult style to look good against. And he showed his ring intelligence. That fight would be at 140. So I got him high on the list.
So you have that at 140, then not 135?
No, I don't think Morataya is long for 35.
Well, I think a lot of
135. I think it would be a much easier fight for Shakur. I think at 40, Morataya is even stronger.
Well, there's two ways to look at it now. So Shakur's out of the division, so Morataya can be like, hey, I might be able to get under.
Andy Cruz need a rematch. Not with Morataya though. I don't think that would make sense. I think the reason he lost that fight is the same reason he'll potentially lose it again. He needs more experience. He's not really a conditioned 12-round fighter, and he's still shaking off them amateur kinks. And I think it was a dangerous fight to put him in there, and only his 7th fight with a guy with 20-plus fights with this skill set and style of Raymond Morataya. But sometimes you don't know until you put guys in there. So now we know. And that's why I think they talking about Andy Cruz possibly fighting at 130. You're right, and he's going to be. Mason knocks Morataya out. Look, Mason a dog. That would be a good fight now. Would he be ready for that guy? I think he can give. Yeah, I think that could be an interesting fight for Mason right now. But I doubt they make it. They probably look to get him some type of homecoming fight or title defense, possibly.
Disputed. If I stick around and beat an Abdullah Mason, fight for a vacant title, or I can go to 140 now and chase Shakur there and join the ranks. I can have an excuse, not an excuse, but a little more motivation to go up to 140, a little more inspiration. If that's where all the fights are going to be, because now Shakur's the guy now. Everyone has to realize that Shakur is the guy. People are going to be lining up to fight him to figure out if they can beat him. Like this experiment that we're doing right here is what we did with Floyd Mayweather years ago. Like which style, who can do it. You might not like Shakur.
I think that's what it is. He is the guy because I think with the right wins, people are going to start asking all over whatever weight class he in, who is it that can beat him? And not saying that he can't be beat, but it's just an interesting question. Like who's going to be that guy to give him the best challenge and or beat him? And it's just a good conversation because anybody can be beat in boxing. Nobody's invincible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you, the butcher. Don't rush Mason. Hey, Vic, let me say this to you. This is based on what I know, not what I think, right? With the exception of it being conversations about certain fights pertaining to Shakur Stevenson, you know, bro, and I know this to be a fact. He's never had a contract and turned it down. He's never said no to a fight. Like he's in his entire career, they've never had a contract on the table for him and asked him like, "Were you willing to fight such and such?" And he like, "Nah." As a matter of fact, before he even fought Tio at 140, he was asked would he be willing to fight Subriel Matias and Gary Antoine Russell at 140. He said yes to both. Nothing just came of it, right? And now he's up there at 140 with both of those guys is at. Those would be interesting fights. And listen, I love Abdullah, his dog, man. Ain't nothing not to like about him. I just don't know why you would think he would duck him. Just consider this, Vic, because I know you logical. Abdullah Mason decided to sign with the same management as who? Shakur Stevenson with Jay Prince, right? Do you see Jay putting his two dogs in there with each other? Or do you even see that being the conversation behind the scenes to put them two in the ring with each other? And I'm willing to bet you they know right now that would be early for Abdullah Mason. You seen it with the Sam Noakes fight. You seen it with the Sam Noakes fight. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully to me, you know what I mean? Will he give anybody a great fight right now? Could he put himself in a position to beat anybody? Yes, that kid can fight, bro. He can fight, but it's experience. And like I said, he ain't gonna duck him. He ain't gonna have to. They with the same management, so it's less likely to happen unless it's money that neither guy can refuse. You know what I'm saying? But a little more seasoning, he's gonna be one of the better guys in the sport, bro. He's gonna be really hard to beat too. Still got 60 people in the building. They're like, "But y'all, we're gonna rock out to the 3-hour mark, y'all." I'm gonna let y'all go and enjoy this good old Super Bowl.
Is at this point, and that's the interesting part of that Tio Shakur fight. Is what we said in the lead up to it, Chris, was like, how I want to see what happens if Shakur wins. Like, where does he get catapulted to in the boxing world? And it's very clear that now we are doing thought experiments. There's people coming up with their best ideas on who can beat him. That's fun to me. That's what makes boxing fun, is when you have one guy that's so good, and we're trying to find different ways to beat him.
This is the Shakur era. It has started. The era has started. Just like
talk about it, Chris.
I'm trying to think about like where
haters
is the
don't want to see that Shakur era, boy.
Is this the De La Hoya win? Is this what catapulted him? Yeah, and I think if we did,
I'm willing to bet you, bro, if it wasn't Shakur and it was a different name, they wouldn't be willing to put him in there next to Butcher based on what they seen in his last fight. And it's not a bad thing. It's just he still has more room to learn. The thing is, not rushing guys to the point where you stagnate the growth because you don't rush the opportunity. Sam Noakes and Shakur is not even in the same stratosphere. Respectfully, they not, yo. They are not the same caliber fighter at all. So it's crazy how people have never seen Abdullah Mason fight a talent anywhere close to Shakur, but they already feel like he'll just go in there and beat him. And think about this shit. It's based off offense, y'all. This shit is based off offense, not being defensively sound, knowing he get hit, none of this. They don't even consider those things. They just think, he got the offense. He's strong. He powerful. He get knockouts. He got it. Shakur going to be hesitant. He ain't going to throw no power. And then you're going to see him get outboxed. And he's going to be like, well, it was a little too soon. And I'm going to be like, I told you so.
This thought experiment with Floyd, I think I would have a lot of people that would be a lot closer to beating Floyd. on my list.
I'm with you, bro.
I know we're saying all these guys. I think Shakur. I said it before. Shakur is as close to an unbeatable fighter as there is in anyone in the sport today.
Wow.
And I don't know, even though we're talking about how well these guys could match up, I don't think I see any of them beating him. It's just his style is different, and even different than Floyd. It's a very very difficult style that he just shuts you off. The guy doesn't lose rounds. The fights are not. It's not even about being close. It's about winning. Nobody wins rounds.
Yeah, he went a long time without being outlanded in a round.
Yeah,
and you just
Crazy
heard
streak. All right,
you just heard JJ from the Spit Bucket podcast tell you every 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 14 rounds this man is losing, and you telling me that's not one of the smartest fighters from a round to round? Like, people, there are people that are just fans of fighters, and then there are people that are realistic like me. Everything I tell you about this kid that I think makes him special is based on actual observation that he's proven inside the ring. From round to round, it is very difficult to beat him. You winning 1 out of every 10 rounds, 1 out of every 14 rounds. That shit is ridiculous, bro. And you combine all his opponents' losses together out of everybody he fought, they got like 35 losses combined with all 25 opponents. That's crazy, bro. Crazy.
Top 3. Here we go. The nitty gritty.
Gary Antoine Russell, I got a 3.
Ooh.
And I'm basing that off, dude, he's a workhorse. He just goes. And I mean, his engine for 12 rounds, his durability, his size. You've been around him when he's off fights, right?
Yeah.
He's big, dude.
Big boy.
He is big. He is strong. He's got power. He's aggressive. He comes forward.
The Butcher, real quick, yo. I hope Shakur gonna make that Haney fight, because I feel like I know what's gonna happen. I really hope he make it, and I know he gonna beat him. All respect the Devin Haney team, Haney, Bill, all of them. I rock with him 100%. He's a phenomenal talent. He's one of the best fighters in boxing, one of the best boxers in boxing. He elite, all that stuff, world class, bro. I swear, when that fight happened, if it happens, I'm telling you right now, without even breaking down the X's and O's with Devin Haney and Shakur, and I mean this with all due respect, Shakur is going to show you the difference between a generational talent and a guy that is very, very, very damn good in Devin Haney, right? Very, very, very damn good. Phenomenal boxer. But Shakur going to show you the difference between that Olympic pedigree and the difference between somebody that's very, very good and somebody that's a generational talent. Somebody that is very talented and a workhorse, and somebody that's God-gifted. That's what I believe. That's truly what I believe. If I'm wrong, Devin Haney will get all his credit, all his just due. Even if he lose, he's going to get all his credit, all his just due. But I respectfully, I don't see what people see. I don't see it. I don't see it. We're going to talk about it more tomorrow, because it's a little clip with him trying to like spar in a southpaw stance. That shit looks so forced, bro. What Shakur does naturally, these guys have to work very, very hard at it. Not saying he didn't have to work hard at it, but you get what I'm saying? Like, look at the gap between the mistakes that they make, right? The gap between mistakes made from fight to fight is Haney being number 10 and Shakur being number 1. That's the gap between them two and mistakes that they make from fight to fight. In order for Devin Haney to beat him, and you not just being a fan of him, you have to tell me, what is he going to neutralize about Shakur that's going to give him the win that nobody else has been able to get? You got to tell me, what does he do more efficiently and better? Not the stuff that you think. The shit that he's proven by the numbers that he do better than Shakur and more efficiently. He don't show you that. Shakur is more efficient and he make less mistakes. So that's mean he's more accurate with the punches thrown, right? And he makes less mistakes on the defensive end. Unless that changes on that night, Devin loses. Straight up and down. He gets boxed. Band up, what's good with it, my guy? Rich, what it do? Shout out to Educated Jab. My dog, he said, I got Devin. I ain't mad at you. Devin is phenomenal. 50-50 fight. You know, may the best man win. He said Devin got the IQ. I think the gap being strength of resume. Devin has IQ, but if you ask me, with the 30-plus fights that he's had, he hasn't shown me to be smarter than Shakur in the boxing ring. We would just be hoping for him. So do we have IQ? Absolutely. Anybody that says Devin don't have IQ is a fool and they hate. But can he match Shakur IQ skill for skill? I think he can compete, but I don't think in the end he will match him skill for skill. And I got Core beating him. I got Core beating him round to round. I don't see the things that Devin Haney do better than him and more efficiently. I'm being very serious. He's not a better inside fighter. He's not better on the outside. The numbers will tell you that. The gap between them two is 1 in 10. 1 in 10. Partner agrees with you. I got Devin. Shout out to Vic, man. Shout out to your partner, too. I'm telling you, look, I don't want to sound too crazy when I say this. Nah, I don't think so. I swear, the Butcher. Hopefully, I can get Core back up here for our second interview. We was been supposed to do it like fights ago. I've been reached out. He said, let's do it. I'm going to reach out soon. I'm going to see if he's available, if I can get him back up here. I would like to ask him about that fight, about the rehydration. Nah, bro. Between me and you, I don't think it's necessary because I feel like Shakur talent will get him through situations like that. I feel like if they IQ, the smarts, I feel like weight is not going to be enough, right? Like I think you're going to have to do something different to beat him besides be heavier than him, right? You got to outthink him. Can you outthink him round by round? Think about Devin Haney's toughest fight. Toughest 2 fights. And then picture Core in those 2 fights. I'm telling you, that shit just different. Motown, my guy said facts on that, just. Shakur will beat Devin. People just won't look at the skills. I got Shakur beating Dev. Yeah, I don't see it. Mechanically, Core is more efficient. Facts. He got a smoother delivery, if that makes sense, right? He's smooth in there, man. That shit be smooth, clean, effortlessly. Like, it's just, I just think he's he's more polished. He's proven to be a better amateur because he done it at a way higher level, right? A lot of people say, like what my guy is saying, my guy said the IQ, Educated Jab said the IQ and the strength of resume. I think that's a fair case, bro. But I think with Shakur, resume go out the window. Wouldn't you agree that Teofimo had a better resume, fighting the Lomas, right? The Josh Tellers. He fought better people, right? You see how that worked. Terrence Crawford don't have a better resume than, Canelo Alvarez, but you see how that resume, when you are talented to a certain level, resumes only factor in but so much, I believe. And I just don't see the things that Devin do more efficiently and better than Shakur. I ain't saying there's nothing, but I have to do some studying. But he got less fat on his technique. Perfect, yo. That's the perfect description, Ann McQueen. Less fat on the technique, smoother. He makes better moves defensively. He has more moves defensively, right? He has better upper body movement. You get what I'm saying? I think they both got really good reflexes. Dev is a beast. They both got speed. Dev got some really, really fast jab. Straight right hand is fast. He got good feet. He's polished with the feet, but I don't even think his feet better than Core's. Irony boxing, what it do, my guy? My Seahawks on. Yeah, I'm wrapping up, y'all. I'm wrapping up. Let me let them get through the last bit, y'all. And y'all want y'all to enjoy the Super Bowl. We're going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to have all of these. We're going to talk about all this. Shakur's IQ is strictly for protection. Haney's IQ is to win. That's interesting, Vic. I like that. I never heard nobody say that. Before. Nah, but I'll ask you to I'll ask you to look at it a bit differently, Vic. With Shakur only losing 1 out of every 10 to 14 rounds, wouldn't you say his IQ is to win? Shakur wins round by round. Guys be trying to just win the fight, right? He's gonna beat you round after round after round until that shit over. If you can't take it, he's gonna stop you. If you can, he's just gonna box you down and embarrass you like he did Tio. So I like that, but I think they both have IQs that's set up for winning, right? They just use it differently. You know what I'm saying? You already know the Butcher. We're gonna stay. We got plenty more for tomorrow, man. Got plenty more, but let me let them finish getting through their list. I ain't gonna stop it again, and we're gonna get up out of there. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button, support the channel.
Forward, he comes from a boxing IQ family. And I don't think we've seen the best of him at all. But I think physically and mentally, he's mature enough that he can be.
Me neither, Educated
he
Jack.
deserves to be where he's at.
I'm with you.
But yeah, in terms of physicality, I think him and Moratai are the most physical guys on there. But Russell, he's all engine, man. He goes forward, and I was super impressed with the Rayo fight, and he's a problem for anybody.
Yeah, he could rough you up. Like, he's 5'10", got 69-inch reach. He's not exactly known for his boxing abilities, but he's not no slouch there. Like, he could box you, and the most importantly is he can rough you up, throw 90, 100 punches around with some zip on it. You know, Zepeda, I don't think has the same power as Russell. Would you agree with that?
No, definitely not. I don't think Russell is really a puncher.
No, he's not. So Russell, he can throw 80, 90, 100 punches. He did that in the Valenzuela fight. We're not saying he would throw 100 against Shakur, but I think he has that varied offense. He could make it.
Devin, I think one of the best things that makes Devin hard to beat is his discipline inside the boxing ring and sticking to the game plan. He will rinse, wash, and repeat your ass to a loss. And I love it. I love it about him. And I think Shakur is very similar in that regard. Like, they're gonna bring the tools, they're gonna use the tools, and they're gonna get you out. They're gonna get the job done. Shakur jab, Gary life up. I'm telling you, dude's jab defense gonna be the best. Jordan,
can rough up Shakur.
They get hit
and be very athletic in doing so. Top two, I think we process of elimination. We figured out who they are. But who's number two?
Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis, who could easily be number one. He looks so damn good against Jermaine Ortiz.
That is game plan.
The hesitance here on this is because they know each other and they say they're never going to fight. We'll see about that. We could end up having this fight down the line. Both these guys could go out there and split $40 million.
You've lowered it. Last week you said 50. People are getting upset, Chris.
Oh, sorry. What do you want? 100? What do you want? 10? What do you got?
No, they were like,
I think it's Chris. Get them boys 100 million.
50 million. What is this guy talking about?
Okay, fine. 10, whatever. These numbers to you guys listening means nothing. You don't know what they mean. You don't even know what these numbers mean.
A lot of money. They're
gonna go split. They're gonna go split tens of millions of dollars. Anyway, I think in terms of varied offense, timing, he has all of that. He's got power. He's got finishing instincts. You know, he's got the IQ. He's got it all. He really does have it all, and he's showing that more and more. I think the biggest asset, though, for Keyshawn Davis is something I just said, is his timing. I think his timing is what separates him from everyone else. I don't think it's necessarily his physicality or anything like that.
Yeah, I just want to say this, and my guy Dante probably listening. He know where I'm coming from with this. I think Keyshawn's timing has always been phenomenal, but I want y'all to point out some things. Like, notice what camp he had. And they're talking about his distance, range control, and timing. Who got some of the best timing, distance, and range control in the game? You know, the same shit happened with Hitchens. When they used him for one of his camps, his distance and range control for that next fight was the best that I've ever seen. Keyshawn Davis dominated Jermaine Ortiz. He didn't give him a shot to win in that fight. Man, he beat his ass something different. And I'm not saying it was only good because of Shakur. But iron sharpens iron. They push each other. So you get what I'm saying? You're going to see a polished version of Keyshawn moving forward. He's not going to be an easy guy to beat. On top of his game, bro, you better hope for the best. You better prepare and hope for the best. Work your ass off because he like that.
He's very intuitive the way he lets his punches go. And that's the kind of thing that Shakur's got great timing as well, but his timing is all based on his range manipulation. So interesting fight. I still favor Shakur, although we're not going to see this fight for a long time, if ever. But yeah, that's my number two.
The number one fighter you think has the best chance to defeat
got the number
Shakur
one fighter,
Stevenson
y'all.
is.
You go to number one fighter, y'all ready?
Devin Haney. Big,
hey,
long,
Jordan, you heard that?
High IQ, great jab, good feet, great.
Hey, Devin Haney fans, y'all heard
all
that?
The things you need.
Chris said,
if you're
Dev
even
got
going
the
to
best
think
chance.
about contending with Shakur Stevenson. And Haney's got it, man. And he also has the experience. He's got the maturity. He's been in with top flight guys. He spent 12 rounds with
no
Lomachenko.
Top flight Shakur, though. That's
and
the problem.
It's a close fight. Yes, a lot of people argued that he lost that fight. I don't care.
That's going to be the problem. When they see that fight play out, y'all going to be like, damn, I thought he been in there with all these guys. And y'all going to realize that the guy that gave him his toughest fight on record was Lomachenko. And when he had an opportunity to fight Shakur for a title and the most money he was getting offered to date, even more money than he made with Kambosos beating him for his title, he said, nah, I'm cool, and then went and fought a lesser guy. I just want y'all to understand that. He felt like Shakur was a beatable guy. He would have went, put that name on his resume on the way out, and he would have took that belt and hauled ass with it, right? He said, nah, I'm good. So I just want y'all to think about that. Imagine Shakur Stevenson going out there and fighting Ryan Garcia how Devin did. I'm telling you, it's right in y'all face. He would never do no shit like that. He would never allow the fans to dictate a fight, how he should fight a fight, and it be to his own detriment. Because I know people want to say, well, what about Williams and Pater? I think that was a conscious decision in camp based on how he was training to fight that guy that way, based on how he felt like Williams and Pater fought. So, again, you would never see him get in there and fight Ryan Garcia like that. Stepping to him, giving him opportunities. Shakur is going to limit the opportunities. That's the difference between them. And that's why I respect Haney. That's why people like him. He got a lot of heart, and he'll take chances, but even if it's to his own detriment. That's the difference between him and Shakur. Shakur will take chances, but he ain't going to take the kind of chance that's going to put him on the receiving end of an ass whooping because of it, right? He's too smart for that. He's not going to let you outthink him in that regard, where he's not going to do the best thing for him in the fight. He's shown that every time and time again. Even when injured, he's going to do the best thing for him to win a fight. Whatever is best for him winning, that's what he's going to bring. Devin Haney has shown you the ability or the willingness to go outside of that to be entertaining, and it backfired, and I'm glad they corrected it with the no contest because Ryan Garcia cheated. But that's the difference between them. Temperament, attitude, responsibility, mechanics, stuff, pedigree. I'm telling you, bro, it's like little nuances, man. We'd be here all day breaking it down.
If you're neck and neck.
Real quick, Haney, big time Jordan. Haney sent the offer. He never sent no offer. He made an offer of 25%. It wasn't no offer sent. Shakur went to the sanctioning bodies for a better split. If Haney wanted to fight, he should have just stand still while they decided to split. Whatever the split was going to be, then they could have took it and fought for it. Shakur even said, the sanctioning bodies come back and say that I only was worth 25% and that's all I'm getting, then I'll accept it and fight him. Devin Haney didn't allow that to happen. He vacated the titles and he moved up. And we all know he wasn't fighting again at 135 pounds. He said it when he posted it online. His goals was to beat Loma at 135, move up to 140 and become a world champion. That's what he did. I keep telling people that. It's not that hard to understand.
Lomachenko, that speaks a lot to your ability to deal with, high ring IQ. To that, the knock that argument is to say the same thing about Teofimo. He went 12 with Lomachenko and beat him, and he had nothing for Shakur. But Devin's a different style. Devin, and I think the biggest thing here is Devin's endurance. Teofimo's never been a real endurance guy. He tends to fade in rounds at the end of fights, asthma, explosiveness. Devin doesn't. So if you're going to be competitive with a guy like Shakur, I'm not saying the fight is going to be competitive, or it could be. I think the best chance would be someone like him. And I could switch one or two. And the reason I did it this way is because of how close Shakur and Keyshawn is. Like, I don't know.
So
I don't think that it's annoying that the two best guys possibly are just
their friendship annoys me.
Discussing talking about fighting each other. But Devin doesn't have that problem. Devin will fight.
No.
All things was good with it. Don't discuss me about them two not fighting each other, because the fact that they pissing the world off because they won't fight each other, Shakur and Keyshawn, but they continue to beat everybody else up. I fucking love this. They literally having to walk back all that shit about Keyshawn that they were saying about him being a clout chaser, not being able to fight, just being a prospect. Now they can't say all of that. Now in 2026 and only a few years into Keyshawn Davis's pro career, they're asking him to fight his brother and Shakur Stevenson. You gotta love this shit if you've been following this whole entire, both of these dudes' careers all the way up until now. You love it because I told you I was gonna get to this point. Bash Brothers about to piss the world off, man. Hey, man. Hey, Dante. Hey, Dante. Hey, man. Behind the hands told Coach Ron. He said, man, the Bash Brothers. He said, that's what they calling them? He said, I like that. Nah, that's what Judge Duke calling them, the Bash Brothers, man. Coach Ron approved of the Bash Brothers, man. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Ron said that's what they calling him, man. I like that. I like that.
Oh, you called him out last night. I loved it. He tweeted, "I want to fight Shakur. It's the biggest fight in boxing. I'll take Keyshawn next, either or."
All right, this is the last bit. We out
The thing
here.
with
We
the
still got 70
Shakur
people.
versus
Hit the like
Devin
button on
conversation
both
now is the
sides.
rehydration
Support the channel
clause.
on both
Shakur said I
sides.
would be
Still
not
70
coming into the
people
ring
here.
higher than 157, 158. I do not like hydration clauses. I'm not going to say change my mind because I want to see this fight. I think Shakur, if you're going to fight Haney, you got to fight him at 147 without any hydration clauses.
I agree with that. Fight him at 147 with no rehydration clause. Because Core, if you do, not saying you need it, you know you don't need it. You know that better than me. You know the work you put in. If you do it, it's only going to be a built-in excuse as to why you win the fight, because I know you're going to win it. So go up to 47, no restrictions, no nothing. Take that one-off fight up there, cook his ass, and I think everybody going to shut up after that.
Yeah, I would agree because I hate hydration clauses. I think they're ridiculous and dangerous.
Or maybe, I mean, if you're going to, there's some wiggle room, maybe more than 10 pounds. Make we do a
well, no, there's a lot of wiggle room. There's a lot of ways to skin that cat because you can be, you know.
It is, man. The thing is, these dudes are in the driver's seats of their careers. They both still at the top of their games. It's the two-weight difference between the two. Core started at 26. One guy started at 35. So think about that the next time you sit up on a platform and you try to convince everybody that Shakur and Devin Haney are the same size. Y'all some ignorant people. You seen this dude, you know this dude packing on 25 pounds overnight. Core ain't doing nothing nowhere near that. He ain't never seen 170 pounds in his life, let alone Devin Haney that's 147, add 25 to that. They're not the same size fighter. If they're the same size fighter, how come one guy started 2 weight classes lower? What are we talking about? You telling me naturally, like a guy that started from a smaller weight class is bigger than a guy that starts at the bigger weight class? Make it make sense. And on top of that, we knew Haney was staying there way too long. Respect to him and everything he accomplished, but he stayed at 135 too long. And his dad is saying right now, before they had their first official fight at 147, he said we could be fighting at 154 right now. They're not the same size. Shakur cannot be fighting at 154 right now. What are y'all talking about? Y'all in so much in a rush to try to disprove the man's talent. Newsflash, from 126 all the way up to the fight with Teo at 140. He has never used weight to beat anybody. It's always been skills. Skills paying the bills. Shakur has outclassed every single one of his opponents that he's been in the ring with. None of them guys can say, oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, he was just too big. You ever heard any of his opponents saying that? Yeah, man, he was just too big. On one end, they want to tell you he physically ain't that strong and he don't hit that hard, but then they want to make it seem like the weight that he carries is the end-all be-all for him winning. People are ridiculous. Nobody that started 2 weight classes below somebody is naturally the same size as that guy. Think about it. Y'all idiots, man. 126. Tank and Shakur started there. Do y'all remember what Shakur looked like when he first turned pro? Yeah, he had to grow into his frame. He had a little boy body. He was young, but before he started packing on that muscle like that, before his body started maturing, he was small as hell. He was borderline, I don't want to say skinny. He was healthy, but he was a slim dude. He wasn't no big-ass fighter. He was small as hell at 126, and he wasn't super big at 130. I've seen all of the fights I know. Dude is not a big guy, and I've seen him multiple times, at least I want to say 4 times in person. He's not big to me at all. I'm not even 6 foot. I'm like 5'11", 5'10" at best. 5'10", 5'11", bro. I'm not 6 foot. That guy is not tall. He's not a big guy to me at all. Seeing him right in front, he's not a big dude. So, again, and looks are deceiving. Some guys carry more weight in their legs. Some guys carry their weight up with the shoulders, right? Looks are deceiving. You can't look at a picture and just assume 2 guys are the same size. You're guessing. What I know I'm not guessing is that one guy started 2 weight classes below the other guy. They're not the same size. It's easy as day, man. So shout out to Chris. Shout out to Dan, man. This was a dope show. They gave a great breakdown. They gave a list from 8 all the way up into 1 is the guys that they think has a chance to beat Shakur. Devin Haney is number 1 on that list. This is a fun conversation. We're going to continue it more tomorrow. It's a lot more to get to. Shakur got the world at his feet. He can go back down to 35. He can stay put at 40, or he could possibly entertain the fight at 47. It's all up to him. I'll say the Shakur era started just like Chris Algieri said, and we're going to see just how far he take it. So, look, that's my time for the day. On this good Sunday, we pulled up. We gave almost 3.5 hours. Hit the like button, double tap the screen if you're on the vertical side. Share the live, hype the lives. Y'all know it. Support the grind, sub to the channel, all that good stuff, man. And y'all tap in. We're going to be back for it 4 p.m. tomorrow if we don't come on earlier for whatever reason. Because, we got a good, we pop on sometimes when we feel like it. MAW, my guy, Teach, my dog. And again, Teach, because I still remember, I'll be forgetting. If you in the building, bro, and if you wanted to just review the Zuffa boxing, holler at me. We can talk about that as well. That topic that you had sent me that I forgot to talk about. So don't forget, y'all. Y'all see stuff that you want me to talk about, DM me, inbox me, and make sure you pull up to the live and we gonna cook on it, y'all. So look, everybody have a amazing Sunday. Enjoy this Super Bowl. Get y'all some good food. Kick your feet up. Get you some good to drink or whatever it is you do. And have y'all a good one, man. And I'll see all of y'all tomorrow, man. Much love to. He said Puerto Rico's fine. You still shout out to Big. Pugilism, my dog. Haney versus Spence is the Manny versus Oscar moment. If you can do it in better fashion. That's crazy. That's something to think. We're gonna talk about more Haney stuff too, because his name, truth be told, Haney doing his thing and so is Shakur. That's why them fighting each other will be one of the best things for boxing. Is it the biggest fight in boxing? I don't know that to be true, but I think it's one of the biggest intriguing matchups, and I think it'll be one of the biggest fights to make because of how these guys both stood the test of time. They made it through a lot of the hate, and they still here. So we'll see. I'm always be on board, but I'm telling you, I got Shakur beating Haney any day of the week at whatever weight class with no rehydration clause, because the youngin is like that. So with that, that's my time. Much love to everybody that supported Super Chat, Cash App. Appreciate all y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace to the fam.
Representing Brick City, Shakur! Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just